What's up, Saltcasters? We had the first Touch crew on the podcast, and it was special in a very interesting way. I think it's the first time we've ever had three guests at the same time on the podcast, and the first time I think we've been this carried by the talent on the podcast. Yeah, these guys are hilarious. They all have really funny and contradictory opinions, and yeah, it was very interesting to see the looks on their faces when they found out that NA is not, in fact, the fastest region. So you'll have to tune in to find out exactly why that is. Anyway, boys, thank you very much for coming on the podcast. Our little old podcast, since you guys are now like a Rocket League media juggernaut. Main channel, averaging 400,000 concurrent viewers every time you go live and make fun of the EU. It's got to be a great time. We always start off with the first question here is always, what are you salty about? But there's three of you. We don't need to go through that one question every 3 times. So I was just going to ask, like, throw this out there to you. Which one of you is the saltiest and why?
Oh,
it's definitely got to be one of those two. Definitely, I'm not salty.
Saltiest.
Okay.
Yeah, I could probably say it's me. Yeah, I could probably say it's me.
okay.
And why? Why do you think you're the saltiest? I mean, that was my guess. My guess was you were the saltiest. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So as more people know, that I'm probably one of the quietest on the podcast, and I kind of bottle a lot of emotions inside because we got a big mouth that I got to compete with. That kind of he takes over a little bit. So when Tbates brings up his outrageous, wild takes on the show, he has good points to back it up, and it kind of makes me feel some type of way a little bit sometimes. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm salty more often than not.
Yeah, I'm not salty about much of anything. It's definitely gotta be one of those two. Usually ends up salty. I feel like Demar might get salty sometimes because he just isn't able to articulate his points because he always said he's hosting and he wants to let us talk. So it definitely falls for one of them too. I get my chance to speak. I make sure of that.
Oh, yes. You make sure of that. You absolutely make sure of that. I think it's a little bit, honestly, it's a little bit of both what they said, right? Rodis is quiet, but if Rodis streams, he's going to be loud, and then he's just always loud. He always in the back, tee up, bro, in his rank matches. But then I'm like, okay, where's the energy in the podcast? And then,
I don't give a chance. What do you mean?
But then that's part 2, because part 2 is Tyler. He got the glasses on. He said, "Oh, it's time. Hold on, Jason, we're gonna lose today. You're not going anywhere. Left, right, 1, 2, skip to my loo. I don't care." And it's just like for like 10 minutes, and we just all sitting there just listening to it. And I think we all just kind of get out of trance because we're so shocked at like how he can sit here and like back up the claims with so much energy and passion that we forget that, oh yeah, we got to respond to this in some form. So yeah.
I think you guys are selling yourself short though. I don't get when I watch the podcast, the First Touch podcast, I don't get the impression that it's just the two of you completely humbled in the awe of Tbates' intelligence.
I see it.
Not only that.
Good.
That was supposed to be a compliment, I suppose. It's a good podcast. I think that you guys really do a good job. But I wanted to ask, why do you guys think people enjoy your podcast? Because there's a lot of different types of podcasts. We're doing one. We want tips. What do you think it is?
Yeah, help. Honestly, just help. Just whatever kind of criticisms or constructive, anything. Help.
How do you do it?
Oh man, that's funny. I think
everybody hates our podcast now.
For me, I think it's just the fact that we all have the same similarities, but we're also so different, right? Like Tyler obviously has a lot of his points. Rodis is a pro. I'm a caster. It's like Tyler's also a CRL player. So all that jumbled up together. Well, y'all, my bad. You were a CRL player.
Hey,
Now
that man just
you're an
he just
RLCS
be
player.
phased.
You win one series, and next thing you know,
There
it's
we
boom,
go.
it's
There we go. I need my props. I need my props.
I got your back. I got your back a
Thank you,
little
Raul. He's
bit.
sliding me right there.
Whatever. Like,
Make sure you put
okay.
that in there. Make sure you put that in there.
Yeah, we'll put that in there.
Hey,
like that matters.
I'm official
It
now.
didn't matter when we were starting. You weren't doing none when we were starting. Okay, you was trying to get the tryout when we started, and that's the point. And I think like when we have all of our debates and stuff, we're all super passionate about it. We all have our different points, and no one is saying dumb stuff. Like obviously Tyler makes Tyler makes wild claims, but he's not too wild to the point where it's unbelievable. It's like the bad guy in your favorite TV show. He's kind of making a little bit of sense. And I think that's, that kind of keeps everybody in because, you have all these different point views and perspectives. Everybody gets passionate about something. So
Tbates,
that's from my perspective.
Did you watch WWE at all growing up?
Of course. I played every single video game. Every single one of them.
You got a bit of that wrestling heel in you. The heel, like the villain kind of thing. I like it.
Oh, the villain? Yeah. And I think a lot of people associate me as the villain, especially when I go and read the YouTube comments sometimes. There's this person called Chad. Every single time our podcast gets posted on the YouTube channel, he goes on and makes fun of my voice, the way I've acted on the stream, or anything like that, and just says, "Get me off" every single time. But I appreciate Chad though, because my haters,
single time.
I love Chad, and he makes my day when I read it. And so there's also some supporters, but I don't get like the overwhelming support as Demar does per se. Everybody loves Demar.
I guess everyone loves me.
Yeah,
you don't remember that one comment?
No,
sorry.
Which one?
I was gonna say, do you guys keep so you read all the comments and do you screenshot the hate comments? Because Smellsworth, he screenshots the hate comments. He shows them to me and he's like, "Look at this. How good is this one?" I'm just like reading all this.
Actually, I can just read.
Stuff.
I was just gonna say, Tbates, I can relate because anybody who's ever casted a series that goes on Johnny's YouTube, where Johnny, especially if he's not involved, the comments are all like, "Bring back Johnny. This is one video where I need you to watch
so
Johnny."
I'm like, do they not realize I got these casters on here? Like, I wanted this.
Oh my
they're all hated.
But
that's
I
so
felt
funny because
there's some good ones.
I was just talking to Johnny the other day about that, where I did a once cast on his stream, and then the next day I'm like looking up a meme of me, and the first thing I see when I type in my name is comparing Dazerin to Johnny Boy and why Johnny Boy is the best caster of all time.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's a whole Reddit thread, and I'm just like, there's no way.
Okay, same person commented on my video, on Assaultcast video on my channel.
This is good.
Commented,
"Oh no,
I am the downvote. You are a dead man." So I think that's actually kind of
because
threatening.
it had one thumbs down, and he's like, "Hey, that was me, man."
Then you're a dead man.
He made sure to make sure he knew he was.
And then Johnny's channel, same person was, "Oh, Khaled is in a league of his own, man. Wow, what a legend." I'm just like, what the hell?
How is this the same guy commenting on our channels? It's so bizarre.
Death threats, and then Khaled props. That's this guy's thing. Anyway, so yeah, I feel you, man. It's hard being placed next to such charismatic casters.
Oh yeah.
It's annoying because sometimes people will have something really nice to say about you, and then they completely ruin it by just being equally mean to one of your peers or colleagues in the same sentence. You're like, well, that's ruined it. And I bet it's not just casters. I think pros get it the worst because there's constant comparisons, which has to be done. But then it doesn't have to happen in the way that it, gets written on Reddit, especially sometimes. Do you have experience with this a lot, Diz, with comments? You've had a lot of different angles on it because you've done content, coaching, playing.
Yeah, the first season I was in the league, I paid attention to it extreme, and I had to take a step back. So when these two are reading comments and stuff, I don't look at comments no more at all, ever. On anything, I don't pay attention to it because I don't need negativity. It harmed my mindset back in season 8 and 9. So I know that that was a big mistake for me, just reading comments. And some people it fuels them to become better, but for me it was I couldn't handle it, so I just stopped reading it altogether.
It's good that you figured that out, though. Figured out okay, actually, I let this bother me way too much. I'm gonna stop doing it. Not let it bother me.
Yeah,
that's good. We oftentimes also start off this pod by asking a bit about people's origin story. But what was the origin of this podcast? How did the idea come about? How did you guys get it greenlit? who did you pay to get on the main channel and such things.
We're taking notes.
Oh God. Should I? You want me to say it or like like Raul Tbates? Do you think like
Go ahead,
y'all have a
Raul.
better? Okay.
You can take it.
I'm sure they'll fill the blanks.
You guys just go
So-
one word at a time. One word at a time. Just
Yeah, right. Finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
So I think it all started when we were just chilling in Discord, like we always do. And we started arguing about Rocket League, like we always do. This is something that just continuously it just happens. Like we'll all be sitting there, hanging out. And next thing you know, like I think one of these days, someone just popped the idea. I was like, man, you guys should do a podcast. Or somebody thought of the idea of doing a podcast. And I remember, Raul was like, Demar, we should do a podcast. We should do one. And at first I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about it. And then I'm like, okay, well, if everyone commits to it and everyone's like down and you guys will make time like once a week, then I mean, why not? Why not? Because everyone it was just a bunch of people in a Discord call laughing at us, yelling at each other. So we were just like, why don't we try to do one? And then we came up with one in a week. And we ended up just, running what we were doing two episodes a week, one on Monday and then one on like Wednesday-ish. And we were doing that for a while. And it was a lot, but it was a lot of fun. We just had a lot to talk about. And they also ran 2 hours long, not an hour and a half.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we did that. And then I was just talking to someone from Psionics one day and I was like, hey, I did a podcast. Have you seen it yet? It's pretty funny. He's like, no, I haven't seen it. And then I was like, here, this is one we did, and it was like one of our earlier episodes. And then next thing I know, they're like, oh my God, I'm sharing this with the rest of the team. This is amazing. This is fantastic. Woo. And then I get to a meeting, and the first thing I hear is, I'm just gonna come out and say it. We want your show. And then
that's so sick.
The rest is
that's awesome.
There.
Wow.
We can safely say when we saw this, we were like so happy to see it because I love personally to see that kind of content, the variety of content on the Rocket League channel and just in Rocket League esports in general, because this has been like the most it's been so packed of 3v3. I'm like, oh no, I really hope that there's lots of other stuff to kind of put between all that and make it less samey. And they've done that. They've done your guys doing the podcast. They've had lots of events like the Goals for Change event. There is the freestyler thing. There's a whole lot of stuff happening right now. I think that's really important to kind of fill or go between the threes stuff. What's like the next? What are your goals with your podcast? Because you guys have like a very consistent, kind of order that you do things in. What other stuff are you looking to do with it?
I think the sky's the limit, to be honest. Every time we think of stuff to do, like Tbates is full of ideas. He is full of ideas. And he's always like, man, we need a graphic for this, or man, I want to show clips of this so we can break down this.
Sounds like that.
I mean, you sound like that. I can really do the Tbates impression.
I do not sound like that.
This is Tbates. Demar. We need those graphics right now. Okay,
that's more like it.
I need all the context. Like he talks. If Tbates really gets passionate, he will talk so fast that you will not understand a word he's saying. Like I'm telling you that's what happened. But no, like there's so many different things we want to do. We have taken inspiration from regular actual like shows like First Take, for example, and wanted to apply that. And
Undisputed.
I mean, yeah, everything,
all that type of stuff.
So for us, we want the show to grow as much as they will let us grow it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go on.
We have a couple things that are in the works that are gonna make the show even better because I don't know if I'm allowed to say what we have.
Don't leak anything.
Next.
Don't leak anything.
But
if you are gonna leak it though, do it here in the Saltcast exclusive.
But there's a lot of different ideas that we are trying to make happen, and if they do, I mean, like, and it's just content for days, and that's really all it's about is the content and also informing people, and just like you said, Johnny, like really like providing something to Rocket League fans and just the overall scene, something different than 3v3, because that's. For the last year, it's always been a 3v3, and you want people to really experience and know that there are other parts of Rocket League that they can really look forward to other than just the weekend with the regionals and the majors, stuff like that.
Yeah, it helps people not to get burnt out as well, because they can now watch more 3v3 probably, because there's other stuff in between to stop them from getting too bored.
Right, and their storylines now.
Yeah,
and especially when we bring the players on, it creates more storylines.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel like
it does.
with the current way, they don't really like have time to give the players a chance to come on and really just like talk about stuff. So we're having a podcast, they can come on and banter and talk their talk, and you get to like really get their own like perspectives on their not only their peers but their own teams and then other regions across too.
Yeah.
So it's really great. It makes the matchups just a little bit more spicy, you know.
So would you say that's like been I know that must be one of the highlights. What are the other highlights apart from having players on and just getting them to talk mad trash about each other?
Other highlights?
Me?
One of y'all can go. Yeah, one of y'all.
Let's see. Other highlights in terms of like for the show, I think it's a lot. So one, the fact that it is like directly supported by Psionics is a huge thing. The fact that like now I don't know if I can say it. No, I can't say it. It was in the announcement. It's in the announcement. The fact that like Psionics wants to have developers come on the show and offer their perspectives, like has that like a totally new like communication access from everyone always talks about Psionics isn't communicating with them or doing stuff. And now, okay, you're going to have them directly talk to you on a show at some point. But besides that, I mean, that's yet to happen yet. But besides that, I mean, everything else in terms of like in-depth like conversations, a lot of things that are talked about in the scene on the stream are talked about and then just kind of left to go out. And then we can expand on that. Like, hey, for example, I still haven't got the time. Rams, if you're watching, you're lucky. But top blokes in that reverse sweep by Wolves, I'm coming for you one day. But like, because like you don't drop you just don't have a perfect sweep, and then the first time you get scored on is at 0 seconds to tie, and then proceed to get reverse swept. You know, like that's horrible. And like I think I want to amplify that on like, yo, this is a top team in your league that's doing this to Cookser. I love Cookser, but you know, and like having all of those, just even that one sentence is so much more than what a lot of people would have gotten if that wasn't actually. It doesn't have like that spotlight that it has. So I think that's
everybody that's come on has been brilliant. Like you guys bring the best out of all these guests. I don't think anybody expected Nolly to go in like this.
I didn't.
I didn't even expect Nolly to come in like that.
That was the only one.
It was so funny. I mean,
like when we brought on T-Shaw and Slater, Arsenal and Reynolds, when we brought both of them on, we knew like they're just content machines.
Yeah.
But when Nolly came on and
he blew up Twitter.
That he take. He did. He
broke Reddit. He like broke everything.
Oh
so
man, that was just. I couldn't have pictured a better EU person coming on for like in the way he did it. Like you would think like if he brought on like Scrub or something, like Scrub would have done that. But like the fact that Nola really took that step and created all the content and was didn't smirk the whole time he said anything too. Have you ever? He was serious the whole entire time, and I found it so impressive.
That's why.
Really like look at you in your
Raul
eyes.
fell at the chair, and he just looked at him, and I was like, "There's no way."
Right, we're dying because Ronus found the chair because he's looking dead. He's looking at us dead in the eyes. Yeah, I think Monkey Moon is 100% better than First Killer.
And every aspect.
We all been talking about this for months now, and we're like, what? And he just like Ronus falls out the chair. He's like, oh, it looks like he fell. He looks like he
is he okay? Did I say something wrong?
I don't know.
Oh, man. It's so crazy. It's also funny too because we almost didn't even have him on. Like it was like a last second thing getting him on too. I was thinking about it because we have a text thread where we talk about stuff and Tyler said something and I'm like, it'd be really good if we could get Noli on. And I'm typing in the text chat, but I stop and I'm like, wait. I'm thinking like, okay, it's gonna be close, but let's try it. DM Noli, I'm like, hey, would you like to come on the show? And he's like, absolutely. Like what? Like yeah, for sure. Like, what do I have to do? For some reason, he's up at 8 p.m. North America time, and he's able to do the tech test.
What time was that?
Yeah, it was 8 p.m.
Like Eastern.
8 p.m. Central.
It's 8 p.m. Central.
That's 2 p.m. for Noli. 2 a.m. for Noli. He's 6 hours ahead of Central.
Yeah, so he's just ready for it. I was just like, oh.
It's just destiny, I guess. But yeah, I like how we're gonna be able to allow that transparency from developers or Sonic staff or whatever to the player base and viewers, casuals. Eventually, once we have them on, that's a big benefit of having this. And also like talking and expanding on these topics, like Demar said. And then also, even if the players don't come on, I like giving players some shine, kind of like what you've always done, Johnny. When you allow them on your 1v1s or stuff like show matches, just to give them an opportunity to show the work that they put in. And we tried to kind of incorporate this our previous show where we had our standout players for the weekend. So just if it's a lesser name that people might not know about, or they might just have a pop-up weekend, that happens a lot in the scene, especially where they have a great weekend and then they don't get talked about ever again because people are just it's an anomaly. But if you really focus on that and cat clips or something to show how well that player played, it might even help benefit their career later on. So I like all those parts of the podcast.
What's the prediction from Roll Days? What's your prediction on Guild versus the NA Super Team? What's going to happen? EU servers best of 7.
EU servers.
How does it go?
I think it's 4-2 NA. I think we have, who is it? Chicago First Killer and
Chicago
Raul?
First Rattles, yeah.
That could easily be top 5 NA players, right? So arguably, I think First Killer and Chicago are definitely in probably top 3 in NA right now. Reddles can be arguably top 5 with the way he's been playing recently. So against Guild, and Noli was kind of reckless putting Guild in the top 5. Johnny boy, do you have Guild top 5 world?
No, I don't. No.
Okay, so he was completely reckless, out of pocket, not even close. Okay, so Guild, I don't think Guild stands a chance. The only thing that would help him is EU ping, and I don't even think that's gonna help him too much, to be honest.
What about the? So do you think the fact that they're a pickup team, or just 3 players who aren't teaming officially together, helps in this context because there's less pressure?
Yeah, I think they're just gonna go in and have fun. Obviously, they're gonna play for pride. The pride of North America.
Oh man!
But I just think they've been talking way too much that they can't lose.
Somebody better record those comms. It would be so funny to hear a comparison. Guild will be doing their try hard normal comms, and it'll go to them, and they're just laughing. Just I can't imagine they're going to be sweaty comming this.
Yeah,
I can tell you that Reddles, at least Reddles, I know Reddles for a fact is going to be.
Oh, he's a sweaty comms player. Yeah,
he's gonna be cussing them out in comms. He's gonna call them all types of names. He's gonna be like, "This is who we're playing against. It's disrespectful, wasting my time calling us out."
Record this. They better record this.
What kind of Johns do you think we'll hear out of them if the NA do lose? What are the top excuses that we're going to hear if they do lose?
EU ping.
Server, yeah.
Oh yeah, we weren't really. We were just not even commenting. We were just we were watching a movie or something while I was playing, something like that.
Yeah.
It's amazing how y'all even think that world exists, though. It's just no chance. First off, I don't Raul said they might not be tryhard. They're all tryhard comment. They know that this is all about NA. This for pride. They're trying to go in and just shut up EU permanently. And besides BDS, I guess, but just let them know we're gonna come onto your server and we're gonna beat you, and it's gonna be a wrap with a pickup team. And they're full of sweating this hardcore. Yeah. They're gonna have. I think they're even gonna have coaches and everybody, and they
Oh my!
They're
gonna call out BDS. I mean, if they win, if the NA team wins, they're gonna call out BDS right there. Where are they? BDS, get in the lobby now. Next, Guild done. Who's next? They're gonna want everybody if they win.
True, but I feel like it'll be a little bit unfair if they were to play BDS because on BDS, it'd be unfair for them. Because I feel like they would make an upgrade to the roster just to make it even better. I feel like Reddles would fly Sip out to his house so Sip could play on Reddles' computer. So then they could be the most god team possible, and there's nothing that BDS could do. And I just don't think imagine a line of a Sip First Killer, and then you put Mr. Justin in there or Chicago. Yeah,
no, I don't think Rails would sub himself out though. He's never subbed.
Oh yeah, his mouth is big
for anyone.
He's too confident.
No way.
Yeah,
Rails is great though. We love Rails.
Yeah, he would try to fly Arsenal and Sip out and just have them all play next to each other. He'd be no, my team versus your team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can tell you, they did that before, didn't Rails called out BDS when Space Station just won. I think it was when they just won the Fall Major or something. So BDS and the SSG were cleared number 1 in each region. Rattles called them out, and then Monkey Moon was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I DM'd them both, and then they were like, actually, Cyprical's got high ping, Mark by 8's got high ping, let's wait till we're all in our team houses, then we can do it, and it just never happened. So I didn't think they wanted it that badly, but this time it's actually happening, because nobody's got like really high ping. I think 80 is kind of playable. It's a lot more playable than like 120. I don't know how if you guys would agree, but for me and my Grand Champ mechanics, it's not that bad with 80 ping. As soon as you go to like 120, it's like, okay, I don't know what's going on. This is a different game. So it doesn't work. That just might be my boomer reactions though. So I don't know if my opinion counts.
Nah, I'm with you 100%. That for me, anything above 100 is just unplayable.
Yep.
Maybe like 110 tops. 110 tops. But if you get 120, 130,
when it's yellow, that's not nice
when it gets
though.
yellow,
It's like, oh, I don't like that. Why is the number yellow? If it was just a green, if it said 110 but it was green, I feel like I'd feel better about it. You know, my placebo would kick in and be like, oh, it's green. It's 110, but it's green.
But then the ball's teleporting, and you like, wait, hold on. Wait a
That's
second.
a green number though.
I didn't know Johnny Boy had crazy placebos like that. I thought
Everybody's got placebo though. I think it's you can be self-aware and still use the placebo.
I can tell you, as somebody who's played ranked with Johnny, green numbers do not indicate that he will not complain about lag. So he still finds plenty of time on EU servers to complain about lag. So
yeah, especially these days. I don't know if it's just me, but since the last patch, the servers are so bad for me, or my game is so laggy. I'll have like 20 ping, but the ball's like got its own mind. It's like going to another continent, then changing. And it's like, nah, actually, we're going this way after a 50-50. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know what it is. But we actually talked to Ravina on our podcast, and she's confirmed all of our suspicions. She says it's gotten worse. We're like, we'll copy her. You know, she's got a better eye for this than we do. So yeah, if she says it's bad, then it's bad for me at least. But we wanted to like go into detail so that, you know, specifically, obviously, we're going to get to see Guild versus the NA Super Team. That's happening. But there's a lot, you know, NA versus EU, apart from that, isn't happening on a LAN or online. But that doesn't mean that debate or, you know, arguments can't happen. And one of the ones that I wanted to ask you guys take on, which I thought was really interesting, is a comment that I saw from Kickoff in a interview that he did 17 days ago on Vitality's Twitch channel. He did it in French. Somebody translated it. So if the translation is wrong, I have no reason to believe it would be, because it's a pretty simple statement here. But yeah, I didn't actually hear it in French myself. Can't speak French. Matt's learning. Maybe he can help. But basically, they asked Kickoff about NA, and you know, the exact question was something like, you know, are you worried about NA? How do you think it would go? And he said, I'm going to take the quote here because I don't want to say it wrong. He says he has no idea what to think of their level. It's hard to anticipate because NA versus EU hasn't happened. No, he actually said because NA and EU teams play the game very differently. NA teams are usually, quote, very slow, comma, very clean, while EU teams are more intense. So he doesn't think that gives EU an advantage, as he also pointed out that in Madrid, the last time that EU played NA, when they played, it was Vitality NRG at the World Finals, NRG used that strategy against them, the slow, controlled style, and it worked. So yeah, that's what Kickoff thinks about EU versus NA. What do you reckon, you guys?
You want to take over, Tbates?
How about me? It's y'all.
I mean, Kickoff calling NA slow.
Slow and controlled.
Slow, very slow, very clean is the quoted bit. So yeah, very slow, very clean.
I wanna give him like the benefit of the doubt and say like he's calling the slow, controlled, as in like we solo play a lot, because that does happen. NA still passes, but there are a lot of solo plays because I think NA has better mechanics than Europe. There's a lot more players that are individually mechanically talented than I think that you would see in Europe. And
do you think it's fair to say that you drive slower though? Like speed wise, you're going slow more often?
No, hell no.
I just don't think it's like Madrid was so long ago. Like I was at that land. Like I mean, like it was just so long ago. I just don't. I think the speed of the game in North America, at least, has changed dramatically. Like we have First Killer, we have Chicago, we have Justin.
What is that word you just used? Domestically?
I don't even know. Drastically. You know,
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I'm combining two words. Drastically. My bad.
There you go.
We have Chicago, First Killer, Justin. We have Red Bull, Typical, Arsenal. Like, bro, there's so many players that are just so fast now that I don't know. But I mean, Europe's no scrubs either. They got talent too. So I just think the game is a lot faster now, way faster.
See,
sorry, go on, Tbates. You got to speak up on this as well, of course. Got to know what you're going to say here.
Yes. See, in my heart of hearts, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but like, Chaussette, you would say originated like that. Lots of dribbling in threes when he was on that Fennec, back in 2019, I think. So if it's about slow and controlled play, I think Europe would do that more than NA. So I think he's just being outright disrespectful and saying we're not fast or anything like that. Which is just actually outrageous because he might be thinking about season 4 or something, cause EU or season 5. He might think about all the way back then.
No, he meant season 8. He definitely meant season 8. He said in the context of them versus NRG that NRG played slower than Vitality in that series, and he still thinks that it's the same till now. So he didn't mean season 4 or anything. He meant like last time they played. I think your guys' opinion is the popular one though, because I tweeted 2 hours ago which is the fastest region: EU, NA, Middle East, and then I put SAM/OCE because you can only have 4 options on a Twitter poll. And NA got 53% of the votes out of well over 5,000 votes. So the public opinion is that, as far as like viewers watching, NA is fastest, and the NA is definitely faster than EU. But we wanted to go and check ourselves. So we looked up the actual stats. The replay files are on ballchasing.com. You can go find it yourself. Public information. So we went and got the actual replays from Vitality NRG.
Well, hold up, Johnny. These guys all have like a "have we been set up" face right now. Like, wait.
I'm sure you guys want to know the stats. So there's like some stats on there that are not in the scoreboards. Obviously, scoreboard stats, goals, assists, and stuff.
Right.
But the ball chasing website, it like takes different stats as well that aren't actually on the scoreboard, such as average speed of individual players, the time that players have been driving slower than the speed you can get to without any boost and no flipping, the time that players drive between the speed you can get to without boosting and flipping up until supersonic, and the time that they spend at supersonic. So I'm not like, if somebody can automate this for a larger sample size, I'd love to see it, but I'm kind of stupid. So I just did it myself manually for this one series. And I figured it out that the time spent at what's called slow speed was much higher for NRG. They spent 43% of the series overall driving below the speed you can get to without boosting, whereas Vitality only had 39%. And then for supersonic and the in-between kind of speed, Vitality were higher, 16 to 15% and 44 to 41%. So, I think K-Dop's probably right about that one in terms of who went faster. But another one that I wanted to get your opinions on, because I think this is another common opinion. If I tweeted, who aerials more, NA or EU, do you guys think that everybody would reply more votes in NA? Because I do. I think people think NA aerial more, right?
Yeah.
But actually, in that series, it was the opposite. Vitality had more high aerials and low aerials, and less time on the ground than NRG.
Oh yeah,
in that series.
And I'm definitely gonna fight this one because mainly, I think this is just something simple as a playstyle change, where okay, we know Vitality are gonna play fast. We know we're gonna play in the air. Let's slow down. Let's take our time. That's just a matchup change. That's just adaptation. That is why they won that series. I think you go back to Rodiz's point and say that, NA's definitely sped up more. But when you talk about a head-to-head matchup, then that I can understand why K-Dot would say what he said. I think if anything, if I really wanted to make a comparison, I would look at grand finals from the last 2 regionals and then look up movement and compare those movements in between those.
Well,
because they're also
funny you
playing
should
in the
say
same-
great.
that.
I got some good news for you, buddy. I got
Oh
that
my
as well. I
God.
got some good news. Well, I don't have the
Okay,
last
okay.
regional because the
Okay.
last regional isn't actually on ball chasing, but I do have the most recent majors because the last major for EU and NA I think was probably the highest level that we've seen.
Welcome
Vitality
to
BDS.
Catch a Podcaster.
Right.
But like we'll play a little bit of a game with this one. So you guys, I've
Okay.
not only done this, I didn't just do this for EU and NA, I also did it for South America, OCE, and the APL Middle East final. So I've got the entire series for the grand final in EU, NA, SAM, OCE, and Middle East, all 5. I've calculated who the fastest teams were in those series and therefore who the fastest regions were. So I'll let you guys guess who the slowest region was in those 5 options. What would be your guess as to which region was overall the slowest in terms of movement?
NA.
You really think NA was the slowest out of SAM, OCE, ME, Europe? And
You said that
EU?
NA or OCE?
OCE. Ooh, actually, no, I don't want to say OCE.
This is
see,
great,
now it's
Johnny. We
it's
should do
it's
trivia
a trick
every
question.
episode.
Yeah, and I just don't want to.
It's not a trick question. I'll post this. I mean, somebody can calculate this better than me. I did it all manually. It's really scuffed on an Excel sheet, but it is accurate. It's not hard to calculate. It's just like averages of numbers.
I recently coached an OCE team that is like a bubble team over there, and they're not. I'm just gonna say OCE. They're not. They just don't know how to play correctly in OCE. So I'm gonna say OCE.
So we got OCE for Raul Dizz. Dazerin, what did you say?
This is a speed test, right?
Yeah, straight up average speed. Like the average speed of players is tracked on ballchasing.com replays. So I've got the average speed of every player throughout the entire series, and I've taken the average for every team and the average for both teams combined.
Should we have them try to do a predictive ranking, Johnny, of all? Would you take 5 regions? 4 regions?
God.
No, we're doing 5 first, then we'll go 4 and 3.
Okay,
We'll work our
cool.
way. Yeah,
So,
work our way up. To try and
Basically
make
what I
it-
said,
yeah.
just not all at once.
Yes. Raul is going OCE. I mean, you can also go OCE if you want to. You don't all have to do different guesses, but if you want to go different, that's also fine. We're not going to force you all to make one tier list and then have Raul Dizz be like, nah, the tier list is rubbish because Tbates did most of it.
I am gonna put Middle East at 5.
Middle
That's
East at 5,
impossible.
okay. What do you think about that, Tbates? What do you think about Middle East at 5?
That's impossible. They move too fast. There's no way. Ahmad doesn't Ahmad doesn't let go of the boost. This is impossible.
So who are you going to say for the
I
slowest
love
region?
that Tbates is an ME stan. It's really
NA.
great.
It's got to be NA.
I can
OCE.
reveal that the correct answer is OCE with an average speed of 1,516.83. OCE. Take number
That's one of
5.
them two. One of them two. Got to be.
Okay, who do you guys think at number 4 then? Who's
Now it's
fourth
definitely
fastest?
NA.
Tbates going
Why do
NA?
you say NA? Why do you say NA? I'm dumb.
You have to think about it. Okay, ME and Sam have to be 1 and 2. There's just I don't see a world where they don't let go of boost.
Top 2.
You watched the ME final? Remember I told you to go watch it? They don't stop moving. So like that, and they're just so gifted. They have ME has to be number 1. It's like they're not. I'm just so surprised. NA, I can see.
This is
EU
not
plays
the
more
whole
boomer
thing.
ball.
This is remember it was NRG versus Rogue. So everybody's saying.
Oh,
I
it's
saw a
just
lot of
one-
people.
Oh,
Yeah,
one-
it's the
yeah,
major
one
final.
matchup.
Yeah, major final.
Bro, it's
Energy
Rogue, bro. We got first killer on the field. Hold on.
Okay, first killer's on the
Yeah,
field. I
listen.
gotta.
First killer's on the
Listen,
field.
so the teams, just to be specific, because I know some people watching won't know. For SAM major final, it was the 2 best teams in the region. It was True Neutral and Novus AV. I don't know if they've changed team names since then, but at the time it was Novus, that's Card, Kaio Tander, versus True Neutral, which is Raze, Bill Shad, AJG. Those guys are easily the 2 top teams in the region. The Middle East Grand Final was SRG Falcons. Again, easily top 2 teams. OCE Major might not be the top 2 teams anymore, but it was Grind Zero versus Riot for that one. I know Riot aren't top 2, but Grind Zero are. EU, obviously top 2, Vitality BDS, and then NA Major Final was NRG Rogue, who I think most people online consider it to be the fastest. So, I think it's a fair comparison. Yeah. Who's 4? That's the question. Who's 4th
EU.
fastest? Who said that?
I'm saying EU.
Oh, Daz EU. Okay.
Yeah.
BDS versus Vitality.
They play so much boomer ball over there, though. They just boom and then chase.
It's just
Sam.
like, I'm look-
Sam. I don't know.
Okay.
Sam.
Oh man.
Well, Diz, would you like to phone a
torn.
friend?
Is that possible?
No.
Yeah, I'm torn.
As long as it's one of your 2 friends here that are on your show, no problem.
All right, I'm phoning Demar. I'm gonna go EU with him. Did he say EU?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go EU.
Disrespect.
Ooh. Well, guys, Tbates got this one. Sam are number 4. They beat OCE by 7.5, whatever Unreal units or whatever the speed is. But yeah, they were number 4.
Now I think you should decide the 3. Because once
Yeah,
it
now
gets to,
you guys can
once it
give your
gets top
top
2,
3.
it's just too too much data. Now you got to rank your top the rest of the 3. So
Yeah.
Middle East, NA, and EU are left. What order do you think they're in?
I'll tell you just before you do that, the jump from OCE to Sam was 15.6. So OCE was 1,516.83. Sam was a little bit faster at 1,524.21. So not much of a gap. The next jump is actually to 1,553. So it's a big jump. So yeah, the clear difference between OCE Sam and the others. But yeah, can you guys give us your top 3? What order do you think they're going to be in? NA, EU, Middle East.
Alrighty. 3 EU. Oh wait. Is this all of us together or all of us separate still?
You all give your individual,
individual.
individual
Okay.
ranking.
3 EU, 2 NA, 1 ME.
3 EU, 2 NA, 1 ME for Tbates.
Let's see. I'll do NA, EU, and ME.
Okay, it's Daz going NA, EU, Middle East. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, rolled his full shooketh. He's going last. You should have gone first, dude. This is like reading the comments on Reddit. Now you're all messed up.
My mind's everywhere right now. ME, EU. Hold on, wait. I'm just trying to remember the teams
All
I'm at.
good.
So it's BDS, Vitality.
BDS Vitality, Rogue
All I need
Energy,
to know-
SRG Falcons. Them's the matchups.
I'm gonna go NA number 1, ME, EU.
So just to summarize, Roldiz and Daz both had NA number 1, correct?
No, I have NA number 3.
Oh, sorry. Now, can you do it one more time? Because I've probably forgotten.
Yeah.
Tbates, you say yours first, then Dazerin, then Roldiz, just one after another, so we can
1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1?
1, 2, 3. Do 1, 2, 3.
Okay. ME, NA, EU.
Okay.
ME, EU, NA.
Okay.
NA, EU, ME.
Okay. So I can reveal that at number 3, with a score of 1,553.06, is North America.
Oh my.
Coming in number 3.
Okay. All right.
And beating them out with a score of 1,569.43 is EU, Vitality, and BDS. Couldn't
Wow.
get number 1 because the APL Middle East final, SRG versus Falcons, has got a staggering 1,591.48 average. This was the fastest of the major finals by a long shot. It's not even close. They were so fast, in fact, that 4 out of that final have made the top 7 fastest individual players out of all 30 players that played in these series. 4 in the ME final. The entire SRG lineup, Ahmad, Khalid, Senzo, and then TRK from Falcons.
Yep.
They all got, the only players who got in the top 7 apart from them was Alpha, Garrett G, and First Killer. It was by far the fastest final. It wasn't close. They obliterated the standings. Ahmad, number 1, 1,663.54. He absolutely destroyed everybody. Number 2, First Killer, 1,644. Number 3, Khalid, 1,624. Garrett G, 1,623, right behind him. Alpha 54, also breaking 1,600 with 1,615. Senzo 1606, TRK 1603, and then the only other player to beat 1600 was Mark by 8. So, and then actually, because I know there's Sam and OCE fans, next in line was Razebull with 1590, and Torsos right behind him. So there was a little bit of Sam and OCE speed in there. So yeah.
I just need to say, I hate you. I sat here and I was like, okay, they're bringing this up, but I need to see more. And they're like, no, we have that actually right here.
Yeah.
We definitely
I gotta say, it went perfectly.
Yeah, it did. We did this like literally, like this is like a couple hours ago. We're like, Johnny's like, I got this interview with K-Dop. We got to drop this. And then we were like looking on ball chasing, looking for all the replays and stuff, and found them.
We didn't cherry pick though. These are the only replays.
Yeah.
We didn't look at replays and be like, oh no, that's not a good one. Let's
we tried to be as legit as possible with the time we had. That's for sure.
Yeah, we took all the majors. We didn't cherry pick. I'm sure there's examples of NA being faster because from what I can see, looking at this, it's pretty close. The NRG are actually they're very fast. SRG were by far the fastest team. Then it was actually Vitality, believe it or not, faster than BDS. BDS right behind them, then NRG right behind them. Then it was True Neutral, then Falcons, and then Rogue. Rogue are actually quite slow because although First Killer is extremely faster, and Turo and Taroko are both in the bottom 10.
He's so hurt.
I'm just telling you the numbers. Like Turo is number 21 out of all the players in all these teams. And Taroko is fourth last. Taroko is only faster than Leduc, Tander, and Card in these games.
Rock is a rock.
That's gonna Rock don't move. Rock stays still the whole time. He plants himself in front of that goal. He said, first handle the business. I'll clean up.
Parking the bus.
Yeah, a lot of people thought Rogue would be the fastest team when I tweeted this out. Everybody was saying Rogue's going to be the fastest. Nobody can keep up with them. But actually, it's only First Killer who's fast. The other guys don't really go that quick. They're not using anywhere near as much boost. So
Johnny, I think this needs to be an ongoing segment. So get used to data mining.
Data mining. Somebody could probably do this way better than me. Like getting just these, fives. It took me about an hour because I'm just typing it all in. Like, I bet somebody could just code it and have the whole ball chasing database as one button.
I could do that.
Yeah, I'm direct.
Somebody should do it. They could get the entire NA and EU RLCS seasons. Maybe NA is overall faster, but not in the major.
We'll know that stat real soon. We'll know that stat soon. Trust. He's probably watching the podcast right now. Like, I got something.
There's a man who is a god amongst everybody else, and he can do it all.
Perfect.
And then snap his fingers.
Yeah, I know Tbates, you're going to be happy to hear about the Middle East speed confirmation. I mean, we knew. We
noticed.
Yeah,
it's just only a matter of time until they're allowed to play. Because once that happens, we all just need to be prepared. It's just going to be almost a lot of pure skill.
What do you think is going to be a bigger impact? The MENA region joining RLCS or Daniel becoming of age to play?
Emmy, but Daniel was great. Daniel is fantastically. Johnny's seen him. Everybody's seen him. He's
pretty good.
He's on another level. But I can't pronounce my boy's name right. Johnny can every time. I can't. I'm just gonna say the two boys from SRG with Senzo. They the truth.
Yeah. Khalid and Ahmad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're doing fine though. Like Ahmad is totally okay to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the new segment we added for today's show, especially for our guests here.
That was so good. Caught Demar lacking. Demar was going to point. He was starting to lean his head and everything. And his folks was like,
thinking about it. I'm like, there's no way Kickoff is saying this. Kickoff is the slowest player on Vitality. I can't believe this. But like, I'm over here. When he said ball chasing, I went on ball chasing myself and started looking up. Okay, what was the last grand final? Okay, it was NRG Rogue. What was Aether versus Guild? They're slow here. This is impossible. I had it all Googled, and then you still hit me with more stats. And I'm telling you, it got to a point where Johnny was reading the stats like one of those like cold like judges like delivering a sentence like no
a verdict. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. I was just I didn't like that.
That was so good. I was trying not to smirk, guys. They totally caught you. Johnny came in so smooth too. So actually, we have that right. We already have that now.
Like, no way.
Yeah, we did plan this. I won't lie. We're like, right, we'll bring up K-Dop thing, then we'll do the historical rankings because we knew that you guys were going to say that, but now it's different. I was gonna be like, actually,
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 Actually, that's what you should.
you gotta do your prep, you know, to you
Catch
can't
Demar
argue with the
lacking.
numbers.
This is a rare moment. This is a rare moment.
I can see EU being faster though, progressively. I feel like EU plays more boomer ball. That's just me. And then NA, I guess we do aerial less, which is a little strange to me. But when we do aerial, we're more effective. We have more mechanics and more control over the ball. There's I want to ask both of you, since you guys are European and stuff. Explain to me why Jorius is an AJ in terms of threes. Johnny, you watch all the games.
Why isn't he AJ in terms of like effectiveness?
Yeah, in terms of like, yeah.
I think he's less
You know what I'm saying?
experienced for one,
Yeah, it's
right? He's
time.
much less experienced than AJ.
AJ's on how many seasons? I think he played in like season. Maybe Roldis will know, or maybe Dazerin will know. I don't know what season he joined with. What was it? FlyQuest, yeah.
FlyQuest was his first. That was.
It was a while. He's been around.
FlyQuest.
I think maybe 4.
No, it was probably 4.
Four.
Definitely
4 or
not
5.
3.
4 or
Yeah.
5.
I
can see that experience.
Chat's saying 6 actually. So we're, yeah.
6.
Thank you, chat.
we are
6?
off.
Thank you,
I
chat.
am old.
I had no idea. It's there's so much Rocket League I can't remember, but yeah, I would say probably just time, because I think Jarius he'll make it for sure. He'll be a top tier threes player. I wanted to know if you guys have listened to the Dignitas comms videos that they put out these days.
No, I haven't, but I heard they are kind of bogus. Like, I heard that players were called out. I think like when Yukio was on it, they were like really bad.
Well, with the Yukio comms video was like a pretty heavily edited one from when they lost at Worlds, but they have like uncut, like just complete game start to finish now with their recent RLCS games, and it's totally different.
Interesting.
They have a very unique way of calming. I don't really know much. I personally don't like it at all, but I mean, they might know better than I do.
How do they calm?
They say everything. It's like, Panda will be driving back and he's like, I have no boost. I have 12 boost. I have 20 boost. I have 8 boost. He just like
Does
saying
he really
everything.
say all that?
Yeah, and then he'll be like, they'll be telling each other, oh yeah, 50-50. I'm middle. I'm gonna go behind you. Yeah, go back. I'm back. They're all saying things at the same time.
Got an assignment due tomorrow?
It's like Call of Duty comms, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So cluttered.
It's very cluttered. I don't know. I mean, maybe it does work. Maybe you just need to get used to it. But for me, listening to it as a first-time viewer, I'm like, what? What is this? It's like when you turn on a YouTube video, somebody does a super loud intro. I'm like, nope, click that off. I had the same idea. I was like, I don't want to listen to that. It was just awful. But who knows? Maybe they're onto something.
I do feel like you have to answer that Joria's question more, though. Kind of just like dodge that pretty hard.
I think it needs time. But yeah, they had Jack joined mid-season. They had their honeymoon period, then they fell off a little bit. Now they look like they should be coming back. Had a couple of close series. Even the recent event that they got knocked out of, they lost like 3-2, and then 3-2 again, and that's it. Their season's over. So it's like game 5s. They could have clutched it. They didn't. They deserve to be out. They are out. Yeah, I rate Jorias. I rate Jack.
Yeah, I'm super bullish. Yeah, I'm bullish on both Jorias and Jack. I think they're both going to be incredible players. I think they're already really incredible mechanically. I think they're just getting experience, and both of them have really good mindsets, and they're really just like good. Like when you talk to them, you're like, oh, you just have a good head on your shoulders. You're not like, oh, you're like a train wreck in one way or another outside of Rocket League. You're like, oh, these guys are gonna do good things in life and in Rocket League. I think both of those guys are gonna be really, really good. I rate both those guys a lot. Those are two of like some of the two of my favorites that we've met through doing this podcast for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're great. I think this season was pretty brutal for a lot of EU teams, just getting clapped by random teams with 3 French players. Do you guys think this happens as much in NA? I want to know your opinion on it, because when we're casting, we don't really, as casters, have to, really know about the teams who are coming in for their first ever RLCS NA event. None of these teams who come in for they've qualified to NA RLCS event for the first time, they always get first rounded. They never do anything. But then there will be an EU team. It's like, oh, who are these guys? Oh, they're all French and they've beaten a top team. Well, I guess we should have seen that coming. It's just like these 3 French player teams, these 3 Spanish player teams. They're all just like coming in and destroying people. Like, why do you think that is? Is it like just EU top teams are trash, or the NA teams when they come up not as confident?
I think both, honestly. I won't say, yeah, I will say top teams are trash, mainly because they don't follow the definition of being a top team, which is, being at the top.
Consistency.
Right. They don't necessarily know how to shut down bubble teams. And I think in North America, you kind of have to. There's a lot of different like events that go on outside of RLCS, like Astro, for example, where you get practice with a bunch of bubble teams going in. But also North American bubble teams, the mentality for them and like player wise is not high. It's not, they can get shaken up very easily, and all it takes is one bad game and the series is over. So I think that's really what it is. I feel like if they were much more, if the hunger was consistent from them over the course of an entire series, they can make it a lot closer. We've seen examples of that with teams like RBG last regional, but I think for EU bubble teams, it's even hard to even call them bubble teams, right? Because you got Tigre on one team, you got Godsmill on another team with Freaky, and then you got Yukio on another team. These are all experienced pros who like have the drive. I mean, Yukio in that grand final head bobbing back and forth every time he scores a goal, saying "Let's go" 500 different times. Like that's a different type of energy than you're gonna get from NA with like Dino, for example. Dino gets scored on, and the comps in that team is just, and then they wait for the next kickoff.
That's actually, by the way, Dignitas comms when they get scored on, from what I could tell. I don't know if they mute it because the coach is speaking during the kickoff and they don't want to leak that, or if it's actually that they're just silent. But if it's the latter, I don't know what they're doing. Why would they be silent during a kickoff? I mean, Roldiz, you could probably speak the best of this and Tbates as well from competitive. I feel like there would be nothing worse than, you get scored on, especially if it's your fault, and then your team are just like...
Yeah, there's nothing worse than that. Because like, especially in like if it's a high pressure situation or whatever the situation is, say there's a minute left and you make a bad touch that goes mid, no one follows it up, and then JNaps comes in and bangs it top corner, and like that's game 5. You could have beat G2, and then after that, like the kickoff, everyone's silent. You're just like, all right, we lost.
Squishy yesterday.
The next.
Yeah. Squishy, was it the own goal that Squishy scored yesterday? I could see what happened there.
Yeah.
Like he took off. He's like, right, let me boom this. And he's like, oh, this is going to be a bad boom. It's going to be a bad boom. I'm going to infield pass instead. A little bit of a back pass. Then he just accidentally own goals. I was like, yep, been there. Like some people might be like, what is he doing? I'm like, oh yeah, I know that one. I know exactly what happened.
Do you think he was trying to pass it, or do you think he was trying to boom
it? I think he tried to pass, yeah. Because this is what I do. Whenever I fly up, my aerials are usually bad, and then I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a bad aerial. It's just gonna go nowhere. I'm just passing to the other team. So I'm gonna like, instead of hitting it badly towards the other team, I'll try and instead like drop it down to one of my teammates, and then I accidentally own goal. I'm like, well, the thought was there. All right, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought happened. Maybe he just completely messed it up. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving it too much credit, but. It looked like somebody's in chat, so he looked like he's trying to redirect it in his net. I mean, yeah, that's what it looked like. But I'm probably gonna say it's not what he was trying to do. I don't think he meant that. Yeah, all right. Does that happen, or is it a pride thing in pro play where when you realize an aerial's going to be bad, you're like, oh, but I'm committed. I'm a pro. I don't miss aerials. I can't, fly past this because the touch is going to be bad. We gotta go.
It does. Pros have egos. Egos are too large.
I think aerial ego is a real thing. Like if it's like if somebody's lining up a clear and they realize it's going to be bad, they'll be like, never mind. And they just like half flip on the spot or back flip or whatever. And then, take a 50-50. Aerial ego though is real. Nobody wants to be bad in the air. Everybody wants to be the best in the air. Nobody wants to be the best in 50-50s because it's boring. They all want to be the best at flip resets, ceiling shots.
Facts.
Yeah.
The things that win games, people don't want to focus on no more. It's sad. To go back to your point about the comms thing, I feel like when you get scored on, I feel like the two most important times to really communicate are when you get scored on, to make sure the team morale's still okay and y'all can refocus real fast, and also the post game, because I've been comms for multiple teams, zero or pro level, and it's just that pure silence and a lack of communication amongst one another as to why y'all getting scored on or what y'all can do to improve. And then a lot of teams just ready up immediately. You'll see it when you're casting Johnny or in SMELLSWORTH. Yep, they just ready immediately, and they're probably not talking amongst one another. They're just like silent, probably on their phone, and it's just gonna be the same exact rinse and repeat game, and there's no change or there's no like, what can we do to really maximize our way? And that's why like a team like SSG just levels above everybody, because I know they're always communicating, no matter if it's bad.
It's crazy to me that people would just sit there after a game as well. Like, I can't even imagine doing that. I can't imagine. I mean, you might even say that being negative might even be better, like yelling at your teammates or something, rather than just accepting. It's more like complicity if you're just sitting there and you're not saying anything.
Right.
Unless everybody's doing like a meditation or something. I don't know.
Right.
I don't think that's happening for Rocket League.
Me either.
Meditation, right?
No.
Meditation?
Yeah, imagine if that happened. It's like tactical timeout and they're all just meditating. That'd be brilliant.
That'd be funny.
I'm still waiting for the first BM tactical timeout where like a team's winning 3-0, then they call a tactical timeout and they're just celebrating on the cam. Like they, pop in the, they're popping the balloons.
They're smirking.
Yeah.
Some one of them just off the headset completely. Like it flips to his camera. He's just not in there. Like they don't need to talk about anything.
So funny.
That would be pure comedy. That'd just be the most disrespect to the other team, though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's how you farm Twitter followers. So any pro players who want followers, I see you all like saying, "Come on, juice me to 10K or whatever." That's how you do it. You don't ask people to follow you on Twitter. Just go do tactical BM timeouts. I've actually got a different question for all four of you, though. What do you think is the most underappreciated, either mechanic or just thing that players do in a game? Because all the flashy stuff gets praised, all of the really blatant things get called
You're saying
out.
like the successful ones, like what separates the successful ones? Or
Well, what's the unsung, hero in terms of like gameplay wise? What never gets appreciation?
Yeah, I know my
For
answer.
me?
I can go first if you want.
Go ahead.
Emotional regulation. Being able to control your emotions.
Okay.
And like, have like, so it's like a couple things. One, have a short-term memory. They always say have a memory like a goldfish. Move on, like past a bad play, whatever. Squishy. You're a porn world champ. You've owned gold. Who gives a shit? Next play. Like, there's nothing you can do to change things. So it's basically focusing on what you can control. You can control your emotions to a certain degree. Or if like bad emotions are arising, you acknowledge it and then you don't like react to it in like a poor way. You stay professional. And if I were to guess, besides like mechanics and gameplay and stuff like that, this is probably something that BDS has in spades, and a big part of why they were successful for as long as they've been successful.
Have to be. Yeah, they can't have done what they've done without being good at that. Because they've had they've reverse swept so many teams, and they've won 14 grand finals, lost 0 grand finals this year between grade and RLCS regional majors. They've never lost a grand final. It's unreal.
I'm sure we can all think of some really, 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 really talented players that are just like head cases. Can't get their emotional game right, and it's like, oh man, it's just good night for you. Like, unfortunately,
and they don't realize it's just like any other mechanic in the game. You can get better at it. They just kind of a lot of players just think that they're bad at it, and that's how they are. But you can actually change that, especially these young guys. They can change this personality trait and get better at being positive and get better at bouncing back from bad things happening. It's not something you're stuck with. Unless you're mine and SMELLSWORTH age, then I think we're past the point. It's too late. Luckily,
oh my God, never too late. You're not, you act like you're 80.
In about a half hour, I'm going to be 1 year older, and it's a lot closer to 80.
Wait, really?
Really?
Yeah,
oh my goodness, I totally forgot it was
in
tonight.
37 minutes, yeah.
Wow.
Wait, can I guess your age? Just right.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah, go for it. Doesn't bother me at all.
27.
Unless it's like really disrespectful.
27?
Higher.
29.
Wow.
Higher. Do you guys know how old Johnny is?
Johnny has to be like 28.
See, wait, you thought Matt was 27 and I'm 28?
Hell yeah.
Wait,
you're not too
time
far
out.
off of me. You're not too far off of me.
I'm older than Johnny.
Okay.
Johnny's 30.
Johnny's 30, so that means SMELLSWORTH 32.
Higher.
Nope.
Higher? Ooh, 35.
Higher.
Impossible.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
37. I'll be
Doing a
37.
good job.
I'll be 37.
37?
Yeah, I'm 36 right now. Still 36. Clinging to 36 with my death grip. No, I'm just kidding. I don't feel old at all.
Clean
So,
a wine
yeah.
glass with a death grip.
That's
not
true.
36.
That's true. I just polished the bottle, so we're good.
That's wild. Okay, I just had to guess that.
No,
That's
yeah,
way
yeah.
older than I expected. I thought,
Yeah.
no,
Me
you
too.
look like you're 28, 29.
It made me feel young. I love it.
In fact, you made Demar smell young.
It's the best thing to hear when your birthday is just 37 minutes away. So congrats, Matt.
Thank you.
Well, what's your role? What was your underappreciated aspects of Rocket League gameplay at pro level?
Like not like gameplay wise, because all the mentality stuff is, I think it's overlooked completely. But since Smellsworth tackled that aspect, I think gameplay wise, I think it's starting to get appreciated more. But I don't think people understand how hard it is to bump and demo pro players in an actual like high pressure situation. So like players like Arsenal who have kind of mastered that aspect of the game, like it's so hard to bump like a first killer or a Garrett, or like these players have so much awareness around the field, and to have enough boost to say supersonic, to get behind them, get on their blind side and get them out of the play for your offense to come into the play is just crazy to me.
Garrett's actually
so
never
frustrated.
boost starved. I have statistical proof that he's the least boost starved player. He's
is?
least time
Garrett?
spent. Garrett, least time spent at 0 boost in the S8 Grand Final, and also in the recent major for NA. He's way less time spent with 0 boost, exactly 0 in both those series. Somebody please do like a every Garrett G replay ever analysis. Somebody who can
inspiration,
automate this.
man.
I can't.
Garrett is an inspiration.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. That's like that's one you would never think of, because all people think that like bumps and demos are like broken and whatever. But there are so many players that are so good at dodging it. Even in ranked, I'm a bumper and a demoer because it's all I got. I got no mechanics. I can just make you mad. I can just make you mad. Basically, that's how I win.
Matt's like two biggest plays when he's playing Rocket League. One of them is like the physical game, the bumps and the demos. The other is changing his name and hoping that he gets the same guy in the next game. He changes his name to something that will annoy the guy that just got annoyed in the previous game.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
very
But
creative
actually, Marky
aspect.
Duda and I, we queue together a lot, and we're separated by probably 300 to 400 points usually. And so what we do now is we actually use the exact same preset, the exact same name, and the exact same like club name, so they can never tell on the field who is who. And so it's really like a big mind fuck, actually, because it's like, is it going to be this terrible, awful hit that goes in the complete wrong direction, or is it going to be beautiful, like elegant gameplay? So it's keep that one in your back pocket, folks. If you have somebody that's like, you got either you're getting carried or you're the somebody else who's the carry, try that one out. It works really well.
Demar, I can do that with you.
No, it's not.
I don't know why he said that. Like, why did he say that? Like, I'm just very curious.
You're going to carry him.
No.
Let's not go there. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
Go where? You carrying me? Just answer Johnny's question.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I want to hurt your feelings. Looking at for me, I'd say it's kickoffs. I think it's kickoffs.
Yes,
kickoffs do have a spotlight, but
a man after my own heart.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think for me, kickoffs make or break series sometimes. Like teams that have, especially there was the one with the Spanish kickoff that Team Queso ended up pulling off. That was
Sick.
just fantastic. And like some people, you could say a Spanish kickoff. People are like, what's a Spanish kickoff? They don't even know what it is. Like there's different styles of kickoff plays. And it's something that happens in like split seconds, but a lot of plays are developed off of that. And I've seen, we even use clips on First Touch. We used one last week of AJ. And he scored a goal that was pretty much off the kickoff. Ball was right to him. He beat somebody to the midfield boost. Next thing you know, he air dribbled over an entire team. And that happens within like the first like 2 or 3 seconds after kickoff. I think, people don't talk about that as much, even though kickoff goals happen in the top of the game.
Do you think pro teams can do more though? Because I definitely think some pro teams, they're clearly not thinking of what the kickoff is going to be.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they're talking about or if they're talking about anything, but the kickoff just looks like a complete mess and it's random. and then they get scored on. I'm like, well, clearly they weren't on the same page here. You got two, the guy on the kickoff is clearly trying to get the ball to stay in the middle. Meanwhile, another guy's off to get boost and then turn up the line. He's gone. He's not in the play. And the other dude's like cheating as close as you could ever get. So he's way too close to react to what happens. And it's just a wide open net and they get scored on.
Yeah.
Thinking, okay, what is going on here? Did they tell each other what they were going to do or what they're planning? 'Cause it doesn't look like it. But
Yeah,
maybe rolled out some insight on that as well.
I was gonna say we talked about it yesterday because we all were like together looking over replays on some streams. I don't know if it was yesterday or a couple days ago. We were looking at replays of one team. No, I was in a Discord looking at RBG lose because they were a team that did well and then they lost to a ranked B+ team in quals. And I'm like, how do you lose to that? We were looking at replays and we saw Mile. It's off. They get kickoff goal. And Mile goes and grabs the corner boost and then turns upfield when you never turn upfield. You're always supposed to turn towards goal when you grab the corner boost off kickoff. But again, people don't know that. So, yeah, I think from, the height down, people just have to kind of pay attention to kickoffs more. I remember Gimmick especially. He has one of the weirdest reactions after kickoff. If he's lined up like side by side with someone and there's a guy in the corner who's taking a kickoff, he'll always reverse into a half flip. Instead of just turning, instead of just doing a straight turn, he'll reverse backwards and push that into a half flip. And it's just like these little things that people don't necessarily pay attention to that might.
I guess that makes sense because he's closer to the back wall, so he has better line. He's probably tested this. It sounds smart. When you see somebody doing something weird like this, okay, they're either just bored or they're 300 IQ. They've either like figured out a way to do this better than everybody else, or they're literally just bored. I feel like the wave dash kickoff where you actually wave dash on the way to the ball, that was entirely, it became a thing completely out of boredom. People were so bored of doing kickoffs the normal way that they start doing this, which is, it got them to the ball at the exact same speed as a normal flip, except they would have less boost. But people still did it because they're like, I can practice my wave dashes, or, it's fun. So many people would ask my Twitch chat back in the day, like, how do you do a wave dash kickoff? I'm like, just don't. It's pointless. Just go to free play and practice wave dashing. Don't do it in your games on a kickoff. Luckily now there's a good wave dash kickoff where you jump into the ball one time and then wave dash when you land. That's a sick kickoff. Doesn't happen in threes though. Even though I think it probably should.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. I was thinking that exact thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a faster recovery usually.
Oh, you're talking about what Abjack does like every single time.
Yeah. Single jump into the ball. It's not foolproof. Like if the other guy does a delayed approach, which is starting to become a lot more popular now at high level ones to counter the wave dash recovery kickoff. Because if you just do a single jump into the ball, you don't hit it very hard, so it kind of just like rolls away from you. And if they do a delayed approach, they can chip it around you. The wave dash, like where you single jump into the ball, you're kind of relying on them to hit it hard so that it goes somewhere, and then you can capitalize on having a faster recovery because the ball is somewhere else that you can get to faster. So yeah, it's really, for me, it's really interesting. 1v1, of course, you can actually get into the kickoff meta a lot more, but threes is, I think it's a lot of just autopiloting. Everybody's just doing their own thing and hoping for the best.
I'm surprised. Scrubs diagonal kickoff now where he lands sideways?
Yeah.
And the ball leaks to the right or to the left, opposite wherever he lands every single time. I'm surprised nobody tried that in threes. Okay, if you could do that, just like bust it out once a series or something, and the cheater could just know that the ball's going to go to the left or it's going to go to the right, you're going to dust the other guy cheating.
Yeah.
And then it'd just be like...
It crushes. The kickoff that crushes is if the other guy from the other team does a pretty standard kickoff, but they're like a bit side on to the ball instead of between the ball and their goal. So if the other team have a diagonal spawn as well, opposite you, and their guy hits it like just in a straight line, they don't, go in that roundabout way that Scrub did, then yeah, you just get destroyed. It's a crushing kickoff. But yeah, you got teammates, you should probably have somebody in the back on that kickoff if you're doing it. Not that most pro teams will. They'll probably have somebody off in the other half. I don't know why, but you should technically have it covered. But yeah, there's so many kickoffs. I'm waiting for the day where this becomes an actual strategical back and forth, because then I can't wait. I've been preparing for this for 5 years.
Like set plays and stuff like that?
Yeah, I got so much useless information for 3v3 casting because it never happens. I'm like, oh, here we go. They're they've got 2 seconds left in the game. They need a goal. I wonder what kickoff strategy they're going to go for to equalize with only 2 seconds left in the clock. and it's a normal kickoff, and it's rolled onto the ground in 0 seconds. Well, that's disappointing. Probably not the best option.
That would be so cool. Oh,
Like, yeah, like hear comm videos of like a team just saying a random word and it's that kickoff. Like it's
yeah.
a
The
There's
code.
like every team just
Yeah,
calling
hell
like
yeah.
different words before the kickoff.
Yeah.
That would be
crazy.
hilarious. And you'd have people trying to crack the code. It's like, I've solved NRG's kickoff meta. You know, I know what they mean, what they're gonna do.
I really like. I think I've said this to you before, Johnny, but I really like the way you're describing that Tbates to just like have that kickoff, that one sort of like gimmicky play. That reminds me of like FGC or like fighting game stuff, right? Where you have some sort of character matchup, like a way to like gimp the other character really easy, and you wait till you're in grand finals versus your big opponent who plays that character to like finally pull that out in the tournament and show that. And I just feel like there's a lot left there on kickoffs. That was really good. You guys all had great answers for that. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Just one little thing. Can I have one little thing?
Yeah. Put it in.
Oh, I didn't say anything to the mechanics thing. I let y'all go.
Give us another one. Give us another one. Yes.
I just love the kickoff. I just love the kickoff conversation, but I'll come back to that.
All right.
For me, it would be boost management. Boost management, I feel like it's just not as people don't really look too much into it as they should. Like you point out, Garrett G rarely ever has their boost. That's like such a big deal. And a lot of these players, especially in the rank, they just see RLCS stream, and RLCS stream makes all the pros seem like they're moving at 100 miles per hour at all times. But in reality, you actually go back and watch an RLCS replay, a lot of them are moving somewhat slow, and they're preserving a boost a good portion of the time so they can maximize when the opportunity arises, they can maximize their chances. And that really helps out with positioning and stuff, because especially for like G2 nowadays per se, Rizzo and Drizz play completely different roles, but Drizz is the third man for them, and his boost management he's
a ones player too. So I think
so like he's able to keep the ball in and really help out Chicago and JNAPs, especially on the offensive end, and just let that duo go to work. Because if you don't have that, then it really lets the other team out, especially if he's always searching for boost, and there's times where he is all the way back, which he's got to grow from. But if he could do that and be a consistent third man with boost almost every single time, that's just really opens up the game for that team.
Yeah, you need 12. I think Fairy Peak said in an interview once, I don't remember if it was written or spoken, but he's like, all you need is 12 boosts to save anything. I was like, that's so inspiring. Because I feel like I need a lot more than 12. Yeah, because you can reach
he's
any
so confident. I don't know about that one.
If you're in the goal, I think he's right, though. Like, if you're in the goal, you can technically save anything with 12 boosts, because you can reach any part of the goal with 12 boosts. You can reach both top corners, and if you can reach the top corners, you can reach anywhere. But obviously, some shots will be unsavable because they're too fast. But, I think he just meant, like, is you got to have at least 12, which is something that'll come from his 1v1 background, because he knows, I got to get a pad. I got to get a small pad, because the other guy's about to shoot, and if I don't have at least one pad, I'm in trouble. If I've got one, we can survive a little bit longer. Maybe the other guy makes a mistake, and we can capitalize. So it's all about that one pad. I think it's got to be stat track, though. Like, if you want to like really have appreciation for boost management, it's so well. I mean, for pros and coaches watching, they could probably pick up on that. But I think for the average viewer to really be able to appreciate that, and even casters, because it's hard to follow that on the fly, you gotta have the stats
interface
automatically tracked in some way. Whether it's like this, imagine if at the end of a game or the end of a series is like, let's take a look at how, like I said, who was boost starved the least. Oh, Garrett G was never boost starved this game hardly, and this guy was boost starved half the game. Like that's interesting, but you can't really keep track of that just by yourself. It needs to be automatic. It needs to be stats. And then the other one is like, how much boost did they waste? Did they use boost when they didn't need to? When they're not about to pick up a big pad? Sometimes they waste boost just because they're going to get more anyway, or they're stealing boost. So it's so hard. You can't do this unless it's somehow tracked.
Yeah,
and
it's one of those things where people will be way off on it. It'd be like asking people at the end of the day to guess how many calories they had. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I really didn't eat that much," and then they tally it up, and it's like, "All right, you fat bitch. Yes, you did."
Yeah, I bet even pros waste so much boost because they want to make sure that they never stop going supersonic on some plays. It's like, well, I'm just going to keep feathering my boost in case I somehow lose supersonic and get beat to this. So you got to go absolutely as fast as you can. But that would be really interesting. I mean, I'm sure it would be valuable if somebody was like an expert statistician and they bring in like this software that can tell pros when they're wasting boost and how to save more, how to optimize their gameplay. Does anything like that exist right now?
Just don't expect any money for
It'd
it.
be so funny.
This exists for every other esport, and it's always a bad investment and a bad startup to do. Okay, so do it for the love. Don't do it for the money. I'm just throwing that out there. Sorry.
Does it actually? I didn't know that it
Yes.
existed for other
Yes.
esports.
Yes. Teams
Really?
don't have any fucking money. Okay. Teams don't spend money on this kind of thing. There's a lot of other basic foundational stuff for esports teams to get to before we get to this like big level of sophistication. But yeah, I do think you're right that like, using ballchasing.com or something as like a pro would be very, very good.
But then not for pros, would you get bored or would this like burn you out, real days, Tbates, if you're like having to do that, having to check your replays and ball chasing, having to calculate the stats, run it through your program to see how to optimize? I mean, maybe if you love doing this and it was like a passion project, it wouldn't be bad, but I can't imagine many pros doing that.
Yeah, I think it's a dedication thing, definitely. I think pros on the come up, or pros that were on the come up previously, right? They definitely watched a lot of their own replays and kind of improved off that, watched other pros replays to improve off that and mimic some of the basic aspects that other pros that they looked up to at the moment were doing. But nowadays, I'm not sure that many pros go into ball chasing to see like certain statistics on themselves. I've done it multiple times before, but it's not something I do after every event and things like that. So I'm not sure. I mean, there might be other pros. I'm not going to speak for everybody else, but there might be pros that actually look into more in depth into it.
What about for casters, Dazerin? I know I would love this if there was just stats popping up at the end of the game and you could just talk about them. Can you imagine how good that would be instead of being like, oh, look at this guy has 3 saves and this other guy has 4 assists. Wow. And that's a lot of points.
Let's expand for 60 seconds on that. No, I think what's the one? We on the B stream get Rocket Baguette sometimes or Rocket RB to do our
They're amazing.
Streams. And their overlay, they have post game stats that are so much better than what's based in the game. We know ball touches, we know time in the air, we know possession, like all that stuff pops up on the screen. So I mean, anything that gives us that level of detail, even in terms of numbers of, I mean, I think this should be obvious, but demos, for example, stuff like that should be put in. Maybe even bumps. I don't know if people will track bumps, but they definitely should, even if it's team bumps.
Yeah. It's possible.
Right. Yeah. I think that would be also interesting as well, because there's a lot of bumps that happen that are key too. Just demos are just one way of doing it. So yeah, I mean, for me, I would love stats. Shoot, if I even could get sometimes boost overlays when I cast RLCS, that'd be like perfect. Something.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Just give me anything.
So we're gonna do because I know chat's eager. We're gonna do the wide champ brand in a minute, but before we do that, I wanted to run back to. Did you have some thought that you wanted to add to the kickoff discussion, Tbates?
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave this.
Yes.
Yeah, please enlighten us.
Okay, so I want to know your thoughts on this, everybody's. So for CRL, we had Sharp on our team. You know Sharp, and he's a one player. And whenever we would spawn in, if we didn't have Sharp on kickoff, we would keep switching until eventually he ended up on the kickoff. And then we'd have low tech. He'd always be in the offset position, so he'd go grab boost. So if he did back left, back right, he has really good flipper sets, and I would just be all the way in the back. So like, and we'd have like a set, like a way of doing that out for every single game to maximize like that initial kickoff. And I've always thought like, okay, you know how in Rocket League you don't really have time. Maybe they could like integrate this into the goal while the replay's going on. If the players could pick where they're about to spawn in. For that, so it'd just be like a soccer
set rotation, maybe. So you know what the kickoffs are going to be before you go in, and you just like set it, or you choose who your kickoff like number 1, 2, 3 is. Maybe one guy's always spawning forward. It's just random right now.
Right, yeah, and that would add like so much more strategy to it. I feel like they had that, then you definitely would have like more plays if you know exactly where Monkey Moon's gonna spawn in and where Mark Bay is gonna be. You can just really Just so many variations you
Wow.
can go from.
That's
in that.
super,
That'd be so
that's
sick.
super grimy. I love that strat. That's
I love
awesome.
that. Yeah, the
I'm a
switching.
huge
Oh.
Tbates fan now.
We're lagging.
We
We're lagging.
Yeah,
Still-
yeah, we have
still
to
lagging.
say we keep
Oh,
switching.
sorry, we're still lagging. Keep the lobby. We're good. Lag's fine.
We're
Yeah,
good.
fine.
We're good.
Yeah,
It would confuse teams somewhat. We would confuse teams somewhat. Someone would get confused, and the game would start. We were just going, and I don't know. I mean, not my fault. They're just
I
worried
love
about
it,
us
dude.
lagging.
That's
For some reason.
amazing.
We're good.
That's amazing.
I love that. That's so good.
Imagine
Good
the
on you.
possibilities from something like that. Like you would actually like pick up players, or players would grind or practice.
Yeah.
Kickoffs.
Throw it in rolls.
Practice
Yeah.
kickoff
Mhm.
in rolls.
So it would just have to be
Yeah.
like the simplest way I see would be to have like you would have a 1, a 2, and a 3, and then the 1 guy would always be the guy going for the kickoff. The 2 guy would always be the guy closest
Mhm.
to him. The 3 would be the furthest away. And like
Right.
whatever spawn it ends up being, it would be
Yeah.
some iteration of that. And every time you join a lobby, you have to select 1, 2, 3 for your team. That's it. You
Right.
can't queue. You can't enter a lobby until you've all confirmed who's 1, 2, and 3. Then that's it. You go in. Oh, that would be amazing. I've never heard of this before,
That's
but I
crazy.
love that.
I'm
It
so
would only
glad
have
we
to
went back.
be. It would only have to be
Same.
available for private matches though. The QA tester in me came out immediately and it was like, okay, you can troll a rank with this. You can definitely troll a rank with this because you have that one guy who picks 1 all the time and then just doesn't go for the.
Oh
ball
no,
and
it
stuff.
definitely would be a rank thing. No.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
in terms
no,
of,
yeah,
like, private
no,
It
matches,
has to be for private matches.
It would be
only.
private match. The way I see
Yeah.
it would be private matches, and if you queue up with your buddies, you're partied up. You could probably have it.
Yeah.
If you have a
Yeah.
full party, like
Yeah,
it has
full
to
party,
be
you can do
full
it.
squad. You can't do it 2 people queued in 3s.
Yeah.
You got to have a full team. People would actually be so into this. I mean, I would always be the guy going for kickoff because I hate being the guy who's not going for kickoff. Because then I have to, whenever I don't go for kickoff, I have to watch my teammate do it, and then they just take like 20 years to get back. They just go to the kickoff, they like flip into the ball in slow motion. Then they're like, "Yeah, I'll Johnny, hey, just hold it down for a minute. I'll be back in a bit. I'm just gonna go get their boost. I see you in defense over there. I'll be right back." And they go
They're
get
not
the
coming
other
back.
boost. I'm like, "Why are they stealing? Who are they stealing the boost from?" I'm like,
Then you're
1
getting
save,
bumped.
2 saves. I'm running out of boost. I'm like, my boost management's not good enough for this. I've made enough. I've ran out. I made 2 saves. He's still not back. And now we've conceded. I hate being
Oh
that
my
guy.
god.
I just go do the kickoff and then I get back as quickly as possible to babysit my
Responsible.
stupid teammate. So yeah, I would always be that guy, kickoff guy. You know, I miss
Yeah.
sometimes, but you know, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to take.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right. We'll wrap up the kickoff talk. That was incredible. That was incredible. We're going to go into the wide
Love that.
champ round, gentlemen. So much like the end of other shows, we're going to do a couple rapid fire questions for you, and then we're going to play team demo ranked, which I think is going to be very eventful with this cast that we have in here today. But first, we're just going to start off with some simple stuff, ease our way into it. Favorites, we'll just go from, we'll go Daz, Tbates, Roll Dizz every time, straight across the top here. What is your favorite car you do not main?
Oh, Dominus. That's easy.
How dare you?
I play
Disgusting.
Octane and play. Oh, I guess if we okay. Wait, let me do it. Fennec.
Fennec, okay.
Because I thought I'm an Octane main, but I kept those 2 hitboxes as the same, so that's why I went with Dominus
okay.
first. But
Okay.
Fennec.
Fennec, he took mine. It just feels like it should be the best car in the game, but it's not. So
All right, fair.
Mine's the Imperator. It got me to land. So
Hell yeah. I don't think we've
I
ever
remember
had.
that.
I think you're the first person to ever say the Imperator on this. That was pretty good. That's
it's
good.
good old faithful.
All right, favorite decal.
Lightning
Mm.
decal.
Oh god.
That's how you make the DAS car. The DAS car, baby. Okay.
titanium white, nice shot. Got it from RS Drops 2018. It's my favorite decal. It goes on Octane.
I can't say Stocktane, right?
No, you can if you want.
Well, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. None.
Yeah, none.
It's like none and glossy, I think, or something.
If anything, it'd probably have to be like titanium white mainframe. I used it for a minute. So
Nice.
titanium white
All right. Favorite boost that is not alpha. Don't even try it.
White standard.
Pink standard.
Oh,
Oh, that's what Rizzo said yesterday as
Yeah.
well. The pink standard.
I'm playing standard.
Orange?
Standard.
Standard.
Yeah.
Octane
Orange?
standard.
we get the standard more than you'd think, for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's a classic. Favorite wheels.
Black Tunicas. Black tunicas.
Mine too, for sure.
He took Black Tunica, so I'm gonna go with whatever the wheels were from Season 7 Land, the gold ones. They're not Sovereign Pros. I forgot the name. I haven't used them in
I know
Ball. I
which
use my
ones
Black
you're talking
Tunicas. But they're gold and they have spinners. Those I use those a lot.
OEMs.
Oh yeah, it's the stock
Standard.
tank. The stock tank.
Literally sucked in.
Your car is so boring.
I remember I saw this like it was one of these really funny progressions. It's like your card design as your rank progresses, and bronze had like the most kitted out car ever, and then as you go all the way to pro, it's just getting less and less stuff on it, and more normal. And I think around about plat diamond is when it was the coolest looking car with the sickest decal, most expensive, and then it just like goes back to Stockton.
Okay, nice work. All right, we're gonna do team demo ranked here. Johnny, do you think we should just have each one of them choose team or a demo each time?
I think I think they gotta come to an agreement on this. That'll be funny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys.
Yeah.
Well, you do this as a consensus. Okay. As like the first touch squad is playing team demo ranked. So the way that it works is we'll give you a team. We'll say the name of a team, and you take the roster and you choose one player from the roster that you would want to team with, which is a big commitment. You're playing on a team. The one player that you'd want to demo because you don't want to play with them, get rid of them. And one player that you'd want to play ranked with. It's just kind of fun, non-committal, have a good time. Get some dubs.
I like this.
Yeah.
Like this.
All right. First team for you guys to team demo ranked is NRG.
Ooh.
This is easy.
This is easy.
And
The team is Garrett G, right?
Yep. Garrett G team.
I'm demoing Squishy.
Yep. Never playing rank with Justin.
Never playing rank with Justin. That was so simple, right, Raul?
No.
It's not simple.
Is that not simple? You're demoing Justin, aren't you?
I'm team with Garrett. I'm playing ranked and making a YouTube video with Squishy.
Yeah.
And Justin.
Making a YouTube video. You can make YouTube video. Justin, it's the same thing.
Yeah, what?
Justin got a YouTube video? Or YouTube?
You don't even have a YouTube channel.
Hey,
You just give it on Twitch TV.
Squishy got the stand.
226,000 subs on the NRG Rocket League channel.
I'm just saying that Justin, when he
promoted
streams on Twitch, he gets more viewers than Squishy does. And Squishy streams every day. I think that shows you who has the biggest
YouTube. I said YouTube.
YouTube, Twitch, it don't matter. You put Justin in your title, you're going to get the views. Whether you have them or not. That's right.
Hey, Johnny, well, you know what's crazy, Johnny Boy Smells? That when I make an opinion on my judgment, these two try to convince me to turn on it every time. Every time it doesn't change.
Well, unfortunately, you have been majoritied out of this. So the first such verdict will be a 2-3 majority to demo Squishy,
But
who Roldes wanted to play ranked with.
Unofficial Saltcast points to Roll Dizz for selling out for content. We do
100%.
like to see that justification make its appearance. So
100%.
good job. Good job
Yes.
either way. Next team, SRG.
This was going to be tough.
Yeah, Tbates is torn. Tbates is torn. Do you go with the fastest player?
I already know who I'm going with. I know. I just know they're not going to go with what I'm going with.
All right,
No, I'm gonna go with Tbates. Whatever you pick.
No. Roll Dizz, you go first. Who would you?
What?
What's your?
Way to catch him. I know you're on the hot seat. You try to take the easy way out.
Do you know the names of the players on SRG? Second question.
Ahmed.
I mean, you don't have to say it. You just say, oh my
Why you
God.
say it like that?
Say Ahmad. That was terrible.
How about?
Ahmad.
Yeah, just say Ahmad.
Ahmad,
Yeah.
Khalid, and Senzo.
All right, nice. You guys are way ahead of Com.
I
Oh
already,
gosh.
I already played rank with Senzo.
Com didn't know
before,
anybody.
So
Okay, you played. Okay, nice.
all right, so that's done, right? So I could just demo him because I've done it. Okay.
Wait, so you're saying you played ranked with Senzo before, and now you want to demo him?
Yeah, because he's already done it.
So you must have got like beaten every game or something.
No, he's checked the box. He's
No,
checked
I
the
just
box.
want
He
to
just
check
wants
the
something new.
list. Moving on, I go to the
Positive,
the other two.
positive outlook. Yeah.
I will play ranked with Khalid, and I team with Ahmed.
That is a beautiful. See, we were gonna go. I was gonna go that exact way. We're Demo and Senzo, Toodaloo Senzo. No offense. Khaled, you are a great player, but what is it? What is it? We're gonna play rank with you. Cause you're gonna rank us up to #1 in every single playlist. Not
Easy.
once though. You can't boost me in that, but you can boost me in 2s and 3s. And then, I mean, you gotta pick the GOAT and for teaming. Like you just gotta do everything up front for me. Demo, all out mechanic.
Johnny,
is my team.
Yeah.
Johnny, did you understand a word he just said? You see how
I
fast he's
follow.
talking?
I put it
It's
together.
fast,
Yeah.
but we can keep up. Yeah.
Okay,
I love this team. I love them. That's my favorite. It's my favorite team. If I could talk about it every day, I would gladly.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Tbates, all you have to do is start talking about like tournament formats, and soon you and Johnny are going to be dating. Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
my
we
like,
did
oh,
talk
I love
SRG. We talked SRG before off camera.
kickoffs,
We were having a
set
good time.
pieces on kickoffs. Ooh, now we start talking about round robins. Say round robin. Honestly, Johnny calls me
man.
like every other day. He's like, I got this great idea for format. And I'm like, I am not Gibbs. Okay. This is just just right past me. Anyway. Okay. All right. That was a good one.
It was. Did Dazerin do his one, or did you agree? Did
I
you weigh
agreed.
in?
I agreed.
You
yeah.
agreed?
Yeah.
All right. So they got a verdict on SRG. Okay. Got to do him. Team BDS.
Oh,
This one's interesting. I already know I'm going a different path. Can I go first? I'm gonna go first. Okay.
Can I go first? I'm gonna go first.
Okay. Extra. You're getting demoed. Bye bye.
this dude got to be the biggest extra hater, bro.
No.
Why?
After extra. Now we're gonna go with playing ranked. We're gonna go Monkey Boom because I don't know. He doesn't seem like he has the personality to be on my team. It seems like he's too quiet or something. When I watch him, he's too stoic. I need some emotion. And also, I'm a team with Mark by 8. Just kind of love his hair. His hair's so good on stream, and his room's crazy. And he's just always in front of the ball. I like people who are always in front of the ball. They make my job easy. Then I can just sit back and boom the ball to him. So I'm gonna go with Mark by 8 team.
Why does this bother you so much, Dazerin? What is it about this that?
Because it's just like it doesn't make sense. Like,
Even with Mark by 8 because of his hair.
Yeah.
He's good though. He's great.
I wanted to just a quick piece of info. So I think Mark and Monkey Moon's English is as limited as Rocket League comms. Extra can speak conversational English, but Mark and Monkey Moon just say I got it and no boost.
We can settle right there. I'll say banging. I'll make sure he understands the word banging and to you, and then that's all I need. He can say I got it and everything else. I don't need to come to him anymore.
Discuss anything with him.
I don't need to discuss. It's gonna be a great. It's gonna be a great time.
It's actually kind of funny. If you said banging to you, you're basically saying banging you. In both French and Spanish. Bang you. So that'll probably work just fine.
Yeah,
I like my team.
I demo Mark. What would I do? I do rank with. Oh, that's
Demo
tough.
Mark.
Yeah, I do ranked with extra, and I team with Monkey Moon because Monkey Moon's the best.
Just hope you don't hit first killer in bracket.
Yeah, but I don't know. They'll lose out in groups because they don't take groups seriously.
Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd demo Mark.
How?
Play rank with Monkey and team with extra because I need English.
Okay, so we're all over.
Fair,
we're all
fair.
different.
We're
I need to be able to talk to my teammate.
First of all, I'm so confused why Mark Bates getting demoed.
Was there a single same answer there? I don't think
No.
any of you said the same
No.
thing
Yeah,
at
no.
all.
Me and Roll just said we would demo Mark. That
Oh,
was
okay.
it.
so we got a verdict.
That was
one.
the one thing you had in common, but nobody
That's
had
the one
all
common
three in common.
No.
Wow.
That's
All right, well-
crazy.
I don't know why y'all. I don't know what this hate on Mark is. Mark's a really
No, there
great
was
player.
two. I think didn't Tbates and Rollers both say team ranked with Monkey Moon?
Dazerin
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
There you go.
We
You got
did,
more in
we
common
did.
than you
No,
thought.
it's the team one that's all different. We all picked a
Yeah,
different
but
team
by
player.
process of elimination, you have to team with extra then because he's the only one left.
I'm okay
So the
with that.
first touch verdict is team with extra. Ranked with Monkey Moon, demo Mark.
I mean, I can't argue with that. So yeah.
The democracy. So yeah, that's what it is. Wait, we've got the we have to do this one, Matt, as well. The NA super team. The super team. Red Ulster Chicago First Killer, who are playing Guild next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Team Demo ranked. What do you do?
Oh, the
my
NA
God.
team?
Yeah, the NA super team.
Oh,
The
that's
NA
easy.
super team.
Oh, that's
this
easy.
is
That's
easy.
easy. I'm demoing first killer. Bye bye. Then I'm a play ranked with Raul later just because he's just hilarious and it's just so much fun bantering him. And then I gotta have Chicago on my team. He's just a true captain, great comms, one of the best midfielders, and he's just dominant in like almost every aspect. So
Wow.
gotta go Chicago.
Your co-casters seem a bit confused by this.
Okay, because they're just obsessed with a dude called Jason. Like they really love Jason.
Go to man, like it's,
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
obsessed. Time
Yeah.
out. Where was Rogue yesterday in the grid? Nowhere to be found.
Brothers envy the team you predicted to win it didn't make it. Make the
Did Rogue
playoffs.
make it? Did Rogue make it?
I didn't predict Rogue. I predicted
Yeah.
SSG to win.
You guys first kill like he's some god amongst boys. Well, let me tell you, he's not. That's why he got demoed.
He won. I have clips of him 1v3 G2 by him, like him doing everything by himself.
Wait, what G2 roster is this?
I got a clip of Spaceman getting a demo, and he's like, "Okay, Chicago, we'll see you in a second." Because first killer on the ball, Chicago come back from a demo, lose a 50, and game 5 is in the net. What is Reed doing?
What's
He
Reed
losing the
doing?
grand finals to SSG. You gonna have
Well-
him on your team?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you tripping?
Tripping. I'll take. I'm fairly logical right here. Here, just make sure y'all team with first killer. Get out your systems. Waiting.
Okay. I want to see what Raul said. Though. I want to see what Raul said.
Honestly, I'm going to demo.
Don't
This
say
is
what y'all
tough.
think you're gonna
This
say.
is This is tough. This is tough.
It's not tough.
It's tough. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, you say Chicago. My goodness.
Man knows me too well. I'm a demo Chicago. I'm going to play ranked with first killer, and I'm gonna team with Reddles. Reddles was one of my favorite. He was one of my favorite.
No way.
He was one of my favorite teammates. And we teamed at dudes. We teamed at dudes. One game away from actually making the league with Reddles. One of my favorite teammates to ever play with. And
Time out. Demar,
hungrier
before
than
you go,
ever.
I'm just see. I like to hold Raul accountable because sometimes he just talks blasphemous stuff like he just. You just said I don't know what team it was 2 teams ago. Oh, yeah, you said something about Senzo. You said I played rank with Senzo, so I'm gonna demo him. Your team was Slater already, so why you team with him again?
It's
that ain't worked
teaming
out.
versus playing ranked with them.
Oh, there's a difference apparently. Okay, I just want.
Would I not want to team with them again?
I mean, you played rank with Senzo. You already experienced that. You already experienced the team with Slater, so why not go with somebody else?
This is what I don't understand. How are the 2 third-man players not picking first killer? Like, he will literally do everything for y'all. And y'all can sit in the back of the net like y'all always do, and then score on open net so I can play Taroko role.
I don't play third man.
That.
I'm a
You don't play third man?
I'm a Mr. Do It All, okay? Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
To who?
yes.
You can check the stats in every team category, baby. I do it all, baby. You already know
my
me.
gosh.
Man, just hurry and pick your team, man.
Hey, by the way,
I can't believe
Tbates, next sound check, just have Roll Dizz give some sort of opinion, and
Yeah, that's a
that'll
good
allow
idea.
you to do your sound check the way that it's meant to be done.
Yeah, the accurate sound check.
That'll just get you to the volume and the energy level you need to do a sound check. It'll be all good.
Hurry up, Demar, man. Get yours out the way.
Demo Reddles, because Reddles passive aggressive. It'd be throwing me off sometimes. Let's see. In terms of ranked, I've already played ranked with first killer. Otherwise, I'll put him there, and that's fun. So I'm going to roll this route on that one. And so
Wait, so you're
if
demoing first killer?
No, I'm teaming with first killer, and I'm doing rank with Chicago.
Oh, okay.
All right, now we're all different, surely, right?
Actually, all different. I don't
Yeah.
believe this. Like, let's get a verdict. Let's do this. A verdict.
Yeah.
Like, there's no verdict.
All right, here. So I'm gonna go with Demar, and I'm gonna demo Slater now because that passive aggressive comment. That's actually I just like it. I just like that passive aggressive nonsense because sometimes I feel like I gotta come to the mic and activate slap a person, and I just can't do that.
I can't. Wait. We can compromise here. We compromise here, and I can move first killer to rank. I can move first killer to rank and do team with Chicago.
Oh,
That's right.
Wow.
Oh, shit, see that? Hey, that's how business done. Hey, shake on the phone with my camera.
Sure, roll
Shake on
this. He's like, they're
There you
ganging
go.
up on me
Roll
again.
Dizz left out in the cold.
I'm all too used to this. My heart is cold now. I'm too used to it.
Oh no.
That's great. Yeah. Okay. So what we got? One more. Team Vitality.
your favorite?
Vitality. All right. I know where I'm going.
I want to hear it. Go ahead.
I'm demoing Alpha 54. I've seen too many clips of Alpha 54.
Alpha 50 flop. Oh no.
Yeah, Alpha 50 flop. Alpha 50 play boost over ball. There's just too many times. Alpha 54, I need you on defense. And my goodness, you're just not on defense. I don't know where you are. You're grabbing boost in the overseas quarter. I need you to come help me. I need help on defense. I can't do it by myself. Alpha 54. If you're on my team, I would scream. Now it comes down to K-Dop and Fairby. Ooh, that actually is a little tough. Okay.
It's pretty easy.
Oh, true. I think I'll play rank with K-Dop just because he gets 10,000 viewers from the French community. Even though they won't understand a word I say, I can still be a part of that content making, you know?
Selling out for the content.
No, I'm not selling for the content because also I just believe Fairy Peak's the better player. I be seeing K-Dop, the lack of mechanics or like the obsession with going for a singular flip reset for him on that Fennec just like mind blows me. I don't like that. So he's just gonna be my team for rank purposes. For team, I'm gonna go Fairy Peak because he is Mr. Do It All. Like I call myself, I say I can do it all, but Fairy Peak can't do it all. So I like that team. We won't be able to communicate, but as long as we say whatever.
Yeah, you can. Fairy Peak's English. Great. Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay, well then there we go. We're perfectly fine.
You're solid. He'd probably teach you some things in English, actually.
I don't know. Wait, what's he teaching me in English?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just taking what Daz was giving me earlier. He's like, "Do you understand what he was saying?" Whatever.
Oh,
I didn't really mean it, man. I'm just like Johnny. I'm fanboying out about Tbates a little bit. Sorry about that. Sorry. All right, let's move forward. Let's move forward. All right. Johnny, do you think we should? Well, does that everything for Vitality, or do we come to consensus?
Nah,
they didn't go. They didn't go.
Everybody agrees with Tbates. I don't think they have. Is it confirmed? Yeah, Roll Dizz, Dazerin.
I would definitely team with Fairy Peak and play ranked with Kid Up. And
for the same reasons or for different reasons?
To the contrary of what Demar was saying about me, as a third man, I do play a third man game, I guess a lot of people would say, but I do not want to play a third man's game, so I let Fairy Peak handle that back line, and
there you go.
I go monkey mode.
There you go.
Everybody wants to team with Fairy. Everybody wants to team with Garrett, and everybody wants to team with Fairy.
That's
who comes on the
statistically significant evidence by now.
Yeah. I think the only difference I was on a fence because I didn't know if I wanted to demo Alpha or K-Dop. I don't like how Alpha's been playing, but I really don't like how K-Dop's been playing. But I guess I could just sell for the content and go team. That's all for the content.
Yeah, that's it. You've all agreed because you want the team with K-Dop for the content, demo Alpha because he's not defending, and everybody wants to team with Fairy Peak. I gotta say though, teaming with Fairy is so fun. He carried me so hard in Twitch Rivals one time. It was amazing. He's the most fun player to play with. Every time you mess up, he's like, "It's okay. I will take over."
C'est bon.
I'm out here expecting like a sigh, and he's like, "It's okay," and then he just like takes the ball, and it's definitely fine. I'm like, "Wow, I feel so safe. I feel so safe."
That's funny.
I can't do anything wrong. Like even if I am literally doing things wrong, it doesn't feel like it's going wrong because Fairy Peak's there. So yeah, I think you guys are right on that one.
Amazing. Okay. What do you think, chat? Do we need one more, or is that good? Or do we need to hear?
Is there any team that you guys want to do this with before we go to the final question?
Well, how are you feeling about doing this with Guild in anticipation for the big cross Atlantic show match?
We can do Guild. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll let one of them go first this time, though.
Daz, Roll Dizz, who's got some strong feelings about this? Is either of you going to fall out of your chair while doing this?
No, I don't think we're going to fall out of chair. Envy would have probably been a closer one, I think. But we'll do Guild.
We can do Envy if you'd like.
Envy? Envy would have been more interesting.
We can do Envy.
Let's go. Hey,
let's do it.
Let's
Envy.
Sell out for content. Let's keep going.
This is tough. This is actually
the machine. It's easy for me.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Let's say you're teaming with Mist.
We know.
We understand.
I can already guess his Demo Turbo, team with Atomic, and team with Mist and play rank with Atomic. Yep.
I mean, you know me well. I mean, I don't have to say it. That's how well you know me.
The fact that you wouldn't want to team with the 4-time, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
He could have 10 rings. Does that mean I have to team with him? Like what?
I mean, Mist and Atomic did.
I mean,
If you think about it.
he's a great player. I know, but I Mist and Atomic are also there. That's why I got a team with Mist. Like, come on, now he's just too great, too good. He's too good.
Go ahead.
I
Demar.
agree. I agree with ranked on Atomic. I do agree with ranked on Atomic. I think that like Atomic, you grind that like him and twos. Like that's a different story. Because I think I'm misses MMR in threes right now or twos actually.
I
Like,
don't know much about Atomic. Is Atomic entertaining?
No,
The fuck are you guys playing ranked with Atomic for then?
because he's good.
He's fun to play with. He's very fun. He's one of the few NA pros who will actually pass the ball.
Oh man, I'm playing ranked with Turbo all day. So much fun, right?
Oh, in terms of content, I've never played.
I
ranked with
don't
Turbo
care
before.
about content even. I mean, ranked is fun. I don't give a shit about MMR. It's either content or fun. That's the only reason I'm playing rank. I gotta go Turbo.
See, we all care about MMR. I think that's why. Like
rough.
we care about MMR. I love
That's rough.
Turbo, but like we care about MMR. If we get queued up against AJ and Atomic, like it's not gonna be fun.
Okay,
I
follow up
actually-
question. Follow up question.
I downrank people actively.
Yeah,
I
me too.
invite people and
Me too.
downrank them, and then I go solo queue my rank back up so I can downrank more people, and then I repeat.
Oh
bro,
my
I've done this
gosh.
so many times. I'm downranking so many people. This
Real
season.
follow up question then. How? Which one of you three has higher MMR than Turbo?
Roll this.
Yeah, it's probably
At the
me.
moment, currently,
Oh, just generally speaking. Say, I mean, if you're playing ranked session with Turbo, is he gonna bring you down?
I would say he's bringing me down. If he's with me, we're probably gonna be winning.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, we definitely won't be losing. But my MMR is higher than Turbo's. I play more ranked than him, significantly more.
Fair.
And Raul's MMR is just incredible. He doesn't lose too often, so.
Yeah. I'll only get Turbo if I actually grind out like threes and then queue it was like him and Cade and Moopy. And then they'll all be
Grind
playing.
doesn't play with me and Raul.
Oh, yeah, please. I can solo queue up there. And that's the thing too. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. But no, I mean, I like Turbo. He's fun, but also like I just kind of want to just like win some games.
So who y'all teaming with?
Me, I would demo Atomic, play ranked with Miss because it's a good time playing with Miss and team with the fourth time because he knows how to win.
That's cute. Demar, you are.
I would.
decider.
It's like I don't feel it in my heart, but it's logical. Like I would team with Miss, I'd demo Turbo, and play rank with Atomic.
Me and Demar on the same wavelength. Like it. Like
already
I
teamed
feel it
with
in my
Miss.
heart,
I know
and it's
what he brings
logical
to the
though.
table.
So
Wait, what did you say,
That's
Raul?
true.
I said I
True.
team with Mist. I know how he is, so
Oh, you already team with him.
I got that
Yeah.
experience. Now,
hey, I can handle this. Ain't no problem.
Okay.
All you need is a captain.
Go ahead. Go ahead and try.
All he needs is
Oh,
a
that's brilliant.
does everything captain, and then he'd be fine.
That's right. I'll handle the comms and I'll handle the team synergy. And as long as you handle the scoring and sometimes the saving,
All
I'll
right.
I'm we're good to
Right.
go.
Matt,
Alright.
for some reason, I get the impression these guys are gonna have an answer for this last question. Sometimes players and people we have on don't have
I
an
just
answer for.
real quickly wanted to say that is easily the best team demo ranked we've ever had for sure. So well
Yeah,
done,
it
boys.
turns out doing this with a panel is
It's
very
pretty
funny.
great. yeah, it's great because they have to argue about it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We should just only interview podcasts
Panels from now on, yeah.
hosts
Entire
from now
team.
on.
Yeah, podcast hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From-
It
all right.
works.
The last question we always ask is, what's a hot take that you have that most of the Rocket League community might disagree with? You can limit this to Rocket League. It doesn't have to be like like a flat
Ooh.
Earth thing or anything like that. We don't have to go.
Oh,
we don't have to go Kyrie
I got
Irving
my
in
hot
here or
take.
anything.
I got mine. SOG is the best team in the world. There's no competition.
Ooh,
That's a hot take.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
hot
awesome.
take.
Hot take.
There's no competition for him. It'd be raps.
I don't see any NA teams. Do you think Tbates any North American teams would play against SRG on Europe server? Fair ping? Or are they too
Any-
scared?
Ooh, they play him. They play him. I think a lot of them don't feel like they're as great as people. It's besides like Chicago really does respect them. I don't really hear NRG talk about him too much. And SSG Reynolds will talk about him a little bit, and Arsenal might say something, but like they don't really gas him. And I don't think Envy cares about him worth anything. So like those top 4, and it just come down to like if they really think they're that good, if they would give him a shot. But I just think they're amazing, and they're genuinely, if they have the scrim time and that type of experience, I don't think anybody competes with them. Not gonna lie.
Interesting. Johnny, do you feel this strongly?
That they're the best team in the world? I guess. So is your take that they're currently right now, if everybody had fair ping, they would win right now?
Yeah, like if you get like the hypothetical scenario, there's a land, they have like a week
okay,
or
so yeah,
so.
there's some prep time. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like a week or so of scrims or something like that. They're the best.
Maybe no, I wouldn't say. Maybe I wouldn't go a week, but yeah, if they have a little bit of prep, but that's reasonable time.
Like a
they
split.
can scrim everybody.
What do you think? Like a split?
Oh, a split would work. Yeah, a split
would be more than enough. Yeah, that would work.
I just don't think anybody.
I don't know what the exact time is, but yeah, I think they would. They would win.
Saltcast exclusive.
Look at the stats.
SRG best team in
look
the world.
Look at the ranks. Look at the skill. It's just all there. Every single thing you've ever wanted in Rocket League, they have it. It's just all there.
Amazing. Other hot takes, boys?
I don't know if this is a hot one or not. Is being upset at pro players for complaining on Twitter about LAN being canceled like a hot take?
Are you upset?
Well, I guess it is because I said that. I tweeted that, and lots of people were mad about my tweet. So
it's because you're on the payroll, dude. Get off the payroll, bro.
Take. I didn't think it would be a hot take, but it turned out to be a hot take. I was like, well, how do people think this is a hot take? But yeah, I guess it is because maybe it isn't as hot anymore because people have had a chance to calm down. But yeah, that was definitely a very hot take on the daily announcement.
Yeah, I think that was probably the most disappointed I was with Rocket League in terms of like pro players.
Yeah,
thought that was very unappreciative of the fact that we've had the best esports broadcast and esports tournament structure that out of all esports in the year of a global pandemic, and the fact that Psyonix wanted to just be safe was something that was just widely disagreed with. It was very I don't know, I was just really pissed off. I just thought that like you guys get a chance to still play for $1 million at home. Like, why are you upset? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, it does make me mad. It just genuinely does make me mad. People are talking about how they don't have motivation. And it's like, what's because you don't get to go and hang out with your buddies and make Snapchats of you doing stupid shit? Like, no, like what? Like, I'm sorry, but like, bro, this is something that most people could not do. People are, and then people who are trying to do it, who want to be all cheeky and say, oh yeah, look at us, haha, we have the first land back. Now what? Now their stuff's getting shut down. People are getting sick. People are getting, have to like go to hospitals and worry about it affecting other different types of people and all this other stuff. And all Psyonix are saying is, as much as we want to do it, as much as we know Rocket League is one of the best esports on the planet at a live event, we can't do it. And we're going to try to do the best we can to make sure that you can still play now, like, you can still play in a major event. So I genuinely don't care. Some people are talking about the timing. Oh, well, they did it, right before a regional, and people were like, okay, and like maybe people just didn't know. This is something that's been changing all over the course of like the past year. People have been trying to go outside. You have governments who are like, oh yeah, it's safe to like walk around with no masks and stuff. And people are, again, getting sick, getting hurt. People are still testing all different stuff. People are even arguing about vaccines as we speak. So what's the point of Psyonix not being safe? If anything, you probably should have expected it in the first place. Like, that should have just been an automatic expectation. And if we would have had a LAN, then that would have been the surprise. Having the expectation of a live event and then not getting the live event is just, it's just like you just have been living. I get you've been living at home, but it's just like you've been living in a rock with no internet for like the past year or so. So that's just, it's just so stupid. It's just so stupid to me.
We talked about this, myself and SMELLSWORTH, at some length yesterday with Rizzo, so we won't go in on this now. But do Roldiz or Tbates want to speak on this before we go to Roldiz hot take? He's brilliant.
I got nothing on the subject other than it's stupid to look at it the way of Blaine was an expectation because of COVID.
Yeah, I'm with Demar every single step of the way. And in terms of, I think people were so fixated on the BDS versus NA conversation that it got to that point where they were just expecting things that were unrealistic, and they weren't really like looking at things from the world scene. A lot of these, especially the Americans, because I feel like most people were complaining we're Americans, and we're just we just have our COVID vaccine rate is higher than a lot of these other countries. And so, like, and a lot of them don't even take that into account because they're 16, 17, or 18. They don't think about those type of, like, worldly issues and matters that Sonics has to really think about in terms of making a proper land for everybody that's safe. And so, it's just, they should react a little bit better.
Especially for all the young pros, you know, that's like it's like a big family decision. It's like, now we have to have, like, parents that are, like, you know, in a bubble getting tested or whatever, you know, whatever the hypothetical solution could actually be to an international event. Yeah, it's just...
It's just, for me, it's like, I get it. You're one of the biggest players in the scene, but there are things in real life that are bigger than you. And a global pandemic is bigger than you. I'm sorry. Like, that is what it is at the end of the day. What, you want to go out and, hey, at least you play Rocket League, but now your mom, your dad, your cousin, your uncle, they all got COVID in the hospital. But hopefully you won some money at land so you can pay for it. I mean, if you live in America, at least. God, I want to move to Europe. That's free healthcare, man. I need that.
I'm over here feeling the burn right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm living that Bernie Sanders life right now. So yeah, I do hear what you're saying.
On a free healthcare.
Number 1 rated healthcare system in the world by the World Health Organization. Thank you very much.
Oh, really, France? Really?
Yeah, but you know, we're totally fucking beating it when it comes to the vaccine. So you know,
vaccine's getting beaten.
Come see, come saw. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing, but whatever.
It is bizarre. How have the USA and UK come out with the fastest vaccine drives? I don't know, because our governments are a mess. But
capitalists. That's why.
You know,
that's how.
The capitalists.
Yeah.
The capitalists.
threw money at the situation.
Adam, money.
Maybe some trillion, and then things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Crazy.
All right. Any other hot takes? Roll this. What's your hot take, man? What's your hot take? Is your hot take like, listen, you're not a real Rocket League G until you've been a player, podcast host, coach, streamer, content creator, personality? I mean, what don't you do? Good answer. Good answer.
I don't know if I have really like a hot take that like people. I guess my hottest take would be that it's not even like a hot take in my eyes, but like just calling like First Killer the best in the world. I guess that's probably the hottest take. I don't know what else to say.
That's your hot take is First Killer's the best in the world.
Yeah, but like I know a lot of people would agree. And
you can find out if that's hot take. You can tweet it or tweet a poll and see what people say. Then you'll find out if it's hot or not.
I like that idea. You tweet that out, Raul.
Should I tweet that?
Yeah, tweet First Killer best in the world, then do a poll, yes, and no is the options.
You know,
that's how you find out if the hot take is a hot take. If everybody says yes, it's not a hot take.
Johnny's blessing you with the knowledge of how to farm likes right now.
We're farming these days, man.
Farming.
We're farming impressions.
Rizzo on the podcast last night. He's like, Johnny, your tier list. He didn't even come with a hot, like, you know, he's just like, you're telling me you put that together and you're not farming at all? You're not farming anything at all? And Johnny's just like, well, you know.
You know me. You know, tier lists, there's always arguments. There's lots of different things you could lots of different like lines of thinking you could go down. So obviously I'm going to pick the one that's going to annoy the most NRG fans and, you know, get the most likes on Twitter, the most comments on Reddit. No, it's just like, for me, it's like half analysis, half entertainment. So yeah. It's all about the reveal. I love that so much. I was telling Rizzo yesterday, it's so satisfying just getting chat to say what you think a team should be and then just don't put them there.
Don't put them. Oh my god!
I love it so much. Never
You
gets old.
build them up all the way, and they're like, "Yeah, oh, you said all that. I'm just gonna go here." It's like a fun slap in the face.
It's so fun.
Oh
It's
man,
so fun.
wow.
Never gets old.
Well, boys, this has been an excellent time. Really, really fun. Thank you very much for taking a step down from your ivory tower on the main channel to come over here and bless us with these hot takes and these, you know, love for kickoffs and, you know, petty arguments between you guys. This has been really, really fun. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
What else
Thank
can
you.
people find you apart
Yeah.
from the First Touch podcast? What other content are you guys putting out individually these days?
Oh, well, let's see. What are we doing? I think me and Raul did stream. Tyler hasn't streamed like a month, but we all think he should. We think he should. I think it'd be really nice. So obviously our Twitch channels, Dazerin and Raul Dizz on Twitch. And a lot we've been trying. Well, Tyler is starting to YouTube. Like me and Tyler want to start doing YouTube too soon. So definitely want to like keep an eye on that. Obviously, if you guys want to look at old First Touch episodes, it's
Do you
on
guys
my
need an
YouTube
editor?
channel.
Do you guys need editors? Should we have any editors in the chat hit you up? Is that a good idea, or what's the deal for your YouTube? That's all you need, really. You just need an editor.
Don't exclude me as well. I do want to get into YouTube as well. So
A personal editor
Sure.
or an editor that helps. Ooh, I mean that would make it way more simple.
You know,
And yeah, that'd be yeah. I like that.
I'm at least down
send 'em my
to
way.
open a conversation. Yeah, for me though, if anyone wants help, I'm looking for a graphic designer. I got projects I got coming up. Graphic designer, please.
And then
yeah, go ahead, Tbates.
yeah, so make sure you catch both of their streams. They love streaming. Me, I stream every once in a while. It's okay. You catch Demar on the CRL broadcast on the A stream Friday tonight. Yep, tonight. Catch Raul on RLCS regional this weekend. And then you don't catch me anywhere. I'm incognito. But you catch me on First Touch.
Yeah, you got to do something about that. I think you guys are going to be in higher and higher demand if you keep up what you're currently doing. I think people are going to want to find out where else can I catch these guys.
Legitimately criminal for you three to not each have your own YouTube channel cranking out content because if you learn anything from First Touch, it's that people value your opinions, or at the very least find them entertaining. So you're leaving money on the table, and like long-term, good, stable money on the table. So don't do that.
Yeah, get on it, boys.
Don't do
Say less.
Streaming Bates.
Say less.
Huh?
Say less.
Get back to streaming Bates.
Yeah, man. You got it.
Actually, we gotta do that 2 series. Me and T-Bates was talking about doing a 2 series where he quote unquote carries me to
I just want to give y'all an insight. The last 2's game, me and Demar played, I had 1,400 points. He had 200.
Yeah, but the last time we played against each other in 2s, I got the replay file. I won.
Ooh.
What was that? A year and a half ago?
No,
Put that in a
actually,
spreadsheet.
if we want, we could, talk about it. I had Jackson on my
I'm
team.
good.
You had Fire on your team? Yeah, you.
Oh, yeah, Jackson. Oh, the private match 2s. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Make sure you get some context on that. Not a ranked game. Private match 2s. Where I have people screaming in my ear the whole entire time.
Well, were you nervous or something? It's me on the other team. Like, what's up?
When you're literally nonstop talking like I do, but in my ear when I'm trying to focus on Rocket League, yes, I might get a little bit tilted.
That is T-Bates' biggest kryptonite.
Yep.
Now, how many times T-Bates and I have 1v1, and it just took me talking in his ear nonstop?
Yeah, you just gotta
fold.
trigger him. Just say literally anything, any Rocket League related opinion right before the kickoff. You'll probably miss the ball.
He knows me. I actually can't. It messes with me. I'll be up against Raul by so much, and he'll say something real ignorant, and I'm just like out of the rest of the way.
And then he tosses the whole game. And I just keep talking in his ear the whole time. I'm like, T-Bates, why'd you miss that? Oh, you're missing now. Oh, T-Bates, it's time. And he's like, stop talking.
All right.
Wow.
Well, chat, you heard it here. I shared some of the links in chat. You should follow these guys. More content, more hot takes incoming. Follow First Touch or follow the Rocket League channel. Then you're on First Touch. You guys are on the audio platforms as well, or no? Do you syndicate to like?
Okay, I need to say this.
Okay.
Because we have people watching. We are not on any podcast platforms. I get it. It's a podcast. It should be on podcast platforms. Listen. I personally uploaded the original First Touches to Spotify and other podcast platforms when I was under control. Moving to Psyonix changes things. So that's a process. So until that process is filled out, then the podcast will not be on there. So if anything, please just be patient. I get DMs, messages in my rank game and actual Twitter every day to put this on podcast platforms, but it is not up to me. I apologize, but you just got to be patient for that. If you want to catch old episodes on First Touch, you do either the Twitch VOD on Rocket League or go to the Rocket League Esports YouTube channel. It's verified. All you got to do is type in First Touch Rocket League and the episodes will pop up.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad you said that because I couldn't have said it that well. That's going to do it for the First Touch episode. If you liked what we had to say with the First Touch guys, you are also probably going to like the episode we did with Subpar but in HD, Cole and Stumpy. Check that episode out now and enjoy your day.